Welcome to the guild. We have been expecting you. Please, follow me.
Hello, and welcome to our very latest episode of the Night Quest. I am CMoney, and I am joined by your boy. That's right, you know him well. He has a new camera, new mic. He's not fucking around. It's our boy, Broke Boy in the building. Shout out to the homie Broke Boy. Thank you for being here, man. Appreciate that.
What up? So bear with me, guys. This is all new stuff for me.
That's it, man. That's it. How you doing, man? You doing good? Excited?
Good.
It's nice.
Yeah. Haven't had a lot of gaming time the last couple of days. So
yeah, I feel that. Kind of sneaking it in where I can myself. Gotta tell you, that goddamn Resident Evil, so good, bro. Holy shit, is Resident Evil Requiem good? What is that?
that's the GameStop exclusive generation pack. It's got Requiem, Village, and Biohazard in it for Switch 2.
Oh, for the Switch?
Yeah, for Switch 2.
Oh, is that where you're playing it? Or have you not started yet?
I got it on Steam too. And then they got a Switch also has a Resident Evil Requiem controller.
Ah, all right. That's what's up. Listen, that is, man, it is fucking stunning. It is a stunning game. I can't get over it. How good that game
I've heard it even looks good on the PS Pro. Somebody keeps telling me
it does. Well, listen, this is supposedly the I mean, we didn't really talk about it, but the updated, pisser tech seems like it's finally kind of getting to where it should have been, right? Which is competing with the DSLs and the FSRs of the world. It's still worse than both of them, but clearly, I mean, it's just way better. So it does give a huge boost to the visuals. But I gotta say, as much like, if I was gonna say to myself, "Oh, I want to play," the best looking version of this, it's still not the PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not in any way, shape, or form. Like, if I want to play the best version, I'm playing it on PC or on my on my handheld version, because I can still do the all the path tracing, all that stuff with my my upgraded with the DLSS and all that shit. What's that? Oh, you're
the new blinged out one.
Why is it purple, or is that just reflection?
It's well, like I said, it's purple on the sides. I sent you a picture of it.
Did you? Did I not fucking notice it?
So
what is like a thing you put over it?
Yeah, I posted on Twitter. Yeah, it's I got that D brand kill switch case for it, and it came with the skin. It's called Obsidian. I got it because that was the last max camo I ever got on Call of Duty. So.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's dope. Oh, we have a new challenger who entered the building. That's right. It's our motherfucking boy, Farrell Bazaar. Shout out to the homie Farrell in the building. What's going on, man? Good to see you, bro. Looks like he's setting everything up still.
All right, there we go.
There we go. What's up, man? You can hear? You good?
Yep, I'm good. Great to go.
Nice. How you doing, man? Good to see you, bro.
Pretty good. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah. That's what's up. Have you hopped into Resident Evil 9 at all?
No, I'm starting with some of the older Resident Evils and working my way into 9.
So you're doing a little catch up.
Like kind of like building into it.
Is it black and white less bright, CMoney, or is it still better the other way?
No, it's better in color.
Yeah.
better in color.
I've been told I don't look good in either platform. But,
Black, the black and white will work if you didn't have the shine from your glasses.
Mm.
If I didn't have the shine for my glasses, I wouldn't be able to see you guys.
That's also a good point.
But like
That's
the shine
also
of
a
your
good
glasses
point.
just is like the white is magnified in the black and white. So
yeah. Well, we were just talking about it because man, Resident Evil is a beauty, and Broke Boy brought up the Pro version, which is fine. I mean, listen, it's finally holding its weight a little bit, right? Like it's actually now looking like something that people will possibly take advantage of this new pisser, version, which is cool because they kind of told us that they were kind of abandoning it, and I guess they did abandon it, right? Because this is really just Amethyst, right? Like just the workings that they did there, they're just implementing it here. So, but either way, it looks good. But I mean, this is the thing; it doesn't look as good as it could because on PC, goddamn, bro, you seen path tracing?
Yeah.
Woo! How is crazy, and I'm really hoping that Xbox doesn't slip up with this next box, and it needs to be powerful enough that we can get path tracing on that bitch, right? Like that has to happen because that is clearly the next frontier is path tracing, because the difference between ray tracing and path tracing, you can see it on all the people who are doing the side by sides of Resident Evil Requiem, and path tracing is just way better. Like it just changes it. So hopefully the Xbox that they the new Xbox that they drop is path traced ready. You know what I'm saying? Like it's in that league, because I rather it be there. That's what I want. It looks phenomenal, so that's the way we got to go. But I'm not going to give shit to the Pro. It's finally living up to what it was supposed to be, right? And that's the benefit to people who invested early but somehow are getting it. What was it? It's like when did that shit drop?
The Pro dropped like 2 years ago.
The Pro, November 24, I think.
Jesus. All right. So if you were early adopter, you pretty much you got bamboozled. You know what I'm saying?
I got mine. I got mine around September last year.
But I say you're bamboozled no matter what, because it's hit or miss as far as a game actually benefiting from the thing, because it's not a hardware based boost, it's software based. Like the system allows for you to have that software based boost, so it's like it's hit or miss. It's not like the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro.
Amazing. It's the software that they finally implemented, which was the joke to begin with. Kind of like they could have probably just figured out how to do that, on a
PS5. They probably could have done it with the PS5 if they really dedicated themselves to it.
Yeah, I've got it because I bought it on the Switch 2. I showed you that, and I got it on Steam, so I can play it on my handheld. I can play it on my computer. I've got a 34-inch OLED ultra wide for my PC. So
nice.
Then I got this bad boy too. So the Steam OS Legion Go OS.
Okay.
Oh, nice. How is that?
Good. It's actually the way you can set the screen up. You can almost get it to an OLED screen itself.
Really? That's pretty dope. Yeah, I mean, look, if I'm still excited about what the next level of the consoles are going to bring us, because I would say that a game like this really went to really showed what could happen. You know what I'm saying? Like what could be. And to be fair, like Cyberpunk has done this, like many games have kind of crossed this threshold. But I think now finally having, the PlayStation Pro version have a upscaling method that'll actually allow for something like that is I mean, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. It sucks for the people who had to wait so long, but for this game particularly, man, this game is just a stunner, bro. I mean, there's no way around it. You gotta, oh my god, I love it. And it's not just beautiful. Like, to be clear, like Resident Evil 9 is like the definitive Resident Evil experience, like for sure. I feel like they really fucking honed their craft on this one, man, because it is an amazing experience. Great game. I love the swap between the two. It's really, I love the mechanics. I love everything that they've done with this game so far. I'm decently in the game at this point. I've experienced quite a bit, and it hasn't.
It's not a real long. I heard it's not a real long game. I heard it's not real. It's not a long game either. About 12, 15 hours.
I mean, for me, that's fucking beautiful. Like, I'm not a person who's like, yo, I want to spend 1,000,000 years. Like, this is a horror game, right? Like, it's a scary world. Like, there's only so long I want to be in the world, but they crushed it. They crushed it. Now, I will say this, just calling a spade a spade. This one hurts not being play anywhere. This one hurts. I wish this one was play anywhere. Obviously, they can't get every fucking game, and I get that 100%. But I really wish.
They probably
Capcom, that's a Capcom PlayStation relationship thing, I think.
No, the RE2 and 3 RE2 and 3 remakes, I think, are.
I think RE8 is.
They made Villager play anywhere. Like I said, they made.
Yeah, but I'm saying I think they have a deal with PlayStation where they can't do it for a period of time.
I think they're just trying to maximize their sales right now, and then they'll back it in later.
Those seem to be doing pretty good too.
Because who has the marketing deal? Somebody has the marketing deal, isn't it? PlayStation?
I don't even know, to be honest with you.
Because when they had the PlayStation, because the Resident Evil 8 marketing deal released, it leaked out, and they weren't allowed to put it in Game Pass or play anywhere. Like a couple years, it was probably, I'm guessing, it's probably a similar situation.
Well, listen. If you're not playing Resident Evil 9, whenever you guys decide to hop into it, it'll be worth it. It is definitely fucking phenomenal experience. So it's well worth investing in.
I haven't played a lot this weekend, but I did about 4 or 5 hours into Towerborn, the full release. The full release.
Towerborn is fire. I haven't hopped in because I am specifically saving it to do on the show. Like on We Doing It Live. So I want to play Towerborn for the first time on the update.
I think you can do 4-person co-op too.
I really, really, really enjoyed what they had done previously. Like, I was really, really in it. So I'm looking forward to it.
I stopped after a couple hours on Steam in the pre-release, and it's one of those. I like it, but let's wait till the full release to keep going.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I'm glad that they backed out of the live service idea of the game. I wholeheartedly agree with that decision. I'm glad they did that. Like, we're seeing, I mean, we're gonna talk about it a little later, but like, this whole live service shit is a death sentence, right? If game just comes out and it sells decently well or whatever it is, and people just play it, or over time people just keep buying it, let that be the way, because Towerborn was not going to be a good live service game.
It's got the perks of being live service right now without actually being live service, is what it is.
Well, that's the beauty. That's what you want.
Because you earn money and stuff as you play the game, as the characters and stuff as you progress, and the money you earn can be used towards the cosmetics and everything. So you don't have to. You can still buy them to get the cosmetics, but you can also earn while you're playing it.
Yeah, which is great, and I think that's a beautiful thing, and I think that's the way that it should absolutely be. And I think I think the game's going to do well for itself across the board from all the games. It's a dope type of game. It's not. It's really well made. So I'm definitely looking forward to playing it on the stream. We're gonna definitely hit that up when we.
I'm not sure how I got it, like I said, but when I started playing, like I said, I think they call them RITs, is the currency that you use to buy things in there, buy the cosmetics and stuff. When I started playing the game, it started me off with almost 14,000, and each of the items are like $300-400. So, or three or 400 of those RIT thingies. Some are as low as 100.
Yeah, I feel that. That's pretty
So
damn good.
I don't know if I got those while I was playing it in the pre and everything, and just kind of built up. I'm not sure how it's working.
Maybe because you played it, they gave you like a bonus right away. It's
Could be.
also a possibility. But yeah, I mean, look, I think they did well. I think they were smart. You make the game and now you let it live. All right. You update what you have to update. If you want to do expansions, but just let the game live and move on. Because again, we're gonna talk Highguard, right? Highguard is officially fucking gone with the wind. And there's a lot of talk about it, and I do want to get into it because there's a lot of people who are playing the blame game, which is one of the things I can't stand, is this idea that the people who have YouTube channels or on Twitter and say they didn't like playing the game are responsible for the game not doing well. And it's like, bitch, the fuck are you talking about? Like, if I don't like the game, what am I supposed to tell you? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so stupid. So they want to blame everybody else and not the fact that the game is just not that good. And listen, a lot of people like bad games, and all you're doing by letting me know that you love that game is that you're okay with a bad game, and that's fine. Maybe it was free to play and that was going to be your big ticket and you were really happy that you had a free to play game. I don't know, whatever the case is, it just wasn't that great. But either way, we're going to talk about that. And then the question is simple. We just had that marathon server slam and it definitely did better than this other stuff. So is it next? Is it going to just drag out? We don't know. We have some updates. We'll be able to talk about that. And then we're definitely going to talk about Xbox. Asha Sharma, she had a kind of a big start to her week. She's already looking to make moves, which is pretty good. It's impressive, right? She's not taking long to start trying to enact change. She's already moving forward. So we're definitely going to talk about her and what she has going on there. We also have like a back. We've heard a lot of statements from them and stuff, but we do have also a write-up on that moment, the actual moment where live at Xbox headquarters that the torch was passed, and she had some stuff to say there as well. So I do want to we want to go over that. And then there's a lot of other like random other shit that we're going to talk about depending on time. So we're definitely going to get cracking. So before we do any of that, though, you know how we do here, man. We got to shout out our homies who are live in the building with us, man. We appreciate y'all for rocking out with us. Thank y'all so much for the support. It means a lot to us. Shout out to everybody over on YouTube and on Patreon who support us there. We do appreciate that support. So thank y'all so very much. And then, of course, we want to shout out our elite members. That's right. We have the motherfucking homie, Big Boy Mike, Dark Angelic, and Queen Witch, and Broke Boy. And then we have our inner circle members, the homie Pragmatic Eagle and Hargeet Chinese. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Broke Boy, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Now we have our February champs. That's right. The month is over, and we have our champions. Most top threes, the best bot of February was our boy Pal, Xbox for Life. Most first super chats. The rain kept going. Mac22TH54. Biggest super chat was tied between Ryuar and Pal, Xbox for Life. And the most biggest super chats was also tied between the two of them. And the top three most gifted subs for the month was our boy Broke Boy, Spartan661, and Ryuar. And most subs gifted at once this month was our boy Spartan661. So shout out to you guys. Thank you all for the support. Today's officially day one of the March to be the March champ, right? So let's go ahead and see what's going on there.
Was my 100 plus the month before?
The month before.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I lost track. You guys cost me money.
Nah, man, appreciate you, brother. Now, obviously, you know how we do here, man. You guys live in the building right now. You guys are supporting us in such a major way, man. And we appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking out with us tonight. So thank y'all. You are all special in our book. But of course, you can't all be equally special. It's just not a possible scenario. Okay. It's not possible because three of you are the specials of the evening. Three of you have risen above the rest. to become tonight's specials. See, what happened is when we went live, 3 of you went ahead and saw that On Point bat signal, and you said, holy shit, On Point's going live. We got to get in there. And in there, you got. That's right. You guys made it. So the question is, who are these people?
Ooh, 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 ooh.
There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I got number 3 in the building. Is our homie. And almost in the top 3, almost, was our boy, motherfucking Malcolm X Lax. Shout out to the homie Malcolm X Lax, number 3 in the building. He's not messing around. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Now, number 2 in the building is our boy, motherfucking Fillmore Pockets. Shout out to the homie Fillmore Pockets. You ain't fucking around. Number 2 in the building. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you for rocking out with us. Now, number 1. Who is the best bot of the night? It's our boy. It's our homie. Motherfucking E Ranks. Shout out to E Ranks. Number 1 in the building. Best bot of the night. First best bot of the month. He is not fucking around. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to Fillmore. Shout out to Malcolm. You guys are the shit. Thank y'all for rocking out with us and being in our top 3. Let's go ahead and update this bad boy really quick. Go here, do a little bit of this. Nope, wrong. Go here, gotta do that. Change this. Love that. Okay, number 1. Boom. Got E Ranks. Done. Number 2, Phil More Pockets. And number 3, Malcolm X Lax. All right. That is done there. All right. And let me just do that because I already have it. Oh, you know what? Just so I don't have to go back in. Go there. Oh. Done. Beautiful. 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 Okay, here we go. All right, so shout out to you guys, man. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate it. Thank you for rocking out with us. Now, we do have our boy, motherfucking Mac22TH54 in the building, going ahead and getting the party started already after he was just crowned the February champion of first Super Chats. Look at him already starting March, the first one out the gate, first Super Chat. Shout out to our boy, Mac22TH. Says, anybody else besides me not playing Resident Evil? Listen, we know why you're not playing Resident Evil. Okay. Well, you already have you have fucking 2 copies of it, broke boy. I don't think that's the reason why he's not playing it. All right. It's because he's scared of the spookies. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, Mac. You're a little scared of the spookies. We know. It's okay. It's all right. It's not that scary. Like, the jump scares are really kind of in that first part of the game, I would say. And then it kind of slows down from there. It's still scary, and it's scary that things might be around the corner and different things. But once you kind of explore, it gets a little more, less scary and more going and just knowing that they're there, right? So you're just kind of doing your thing and getting it done. So Mac, you can make it. You just gotta get to that first part and you'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be scared, dog. You don't have to be scared. You all right, Mac. Do it. It's still good. I'm telling you. Shout out to our homie, Mac. Thank you, brother. And then, of course, not letting his reign go away. He's already first out the gate with our boy, Broke Boy. Went ahead and gifted 5 On Point for Gamer memberships. Shout out to the motherfucking homie, Broke Boy in the building. Y'all know what to do. Put the motherfucking welcome to the family emojis in the chat. Welcome our newest members, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking out with us. And of course, our boy, Broke Boy. Shout out to you, man.
There you
Thank
go.
you so much.
Elbow deep.
Yeah. Elbow deep. Well, you guys know how he likes it. Okay. He just let y'all know in the chat. If you're a member, you got to go ahead and put those FBs in the chat for your boy, Broke Boy. He likes it deep. Don't let him down. Okay. If you got a teeny weenie, you got to figure it out. Okay. Make it happen for him. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. And of course, we got to shout out the rest of our homies who are in the building. I see our boy User for Games. What's going on, player? Trey Bone in the building. What's up, man? Toe Tag. What's going on, player? Amit Kumar, my brother. What's going on, dog? Jonas, the motherfucking dad. What's going on, player? Simple Jack. I wasn't late. Looked at the time. It started at 8:15. All right. So, mohaha. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Pow, Xbox for Life. Champ of February. Not fucking around. I mean, technically, he already kind of gave up his reign for March, where E-Rank's taking the first spot. But the month is young. The month is young. Shout out to Pal. I see Red Ninja in the building. What's up, man? Tool Man, what's going on, player? The Game Adaptation Newscast. What's going on, my dude? Thank you for rocking out. We got the boy Ryu Art in the building. What's up, player? Good to see you, man. Thank you for being here, brother. Oh shit, I gotta mute that. Mac 22, obviously. I see Polly Baba in the building. What's up, man? Earth Prime, what's going on, homie? Did I say be nice? I feel like I said be nice, but just in case, be nice in the building. What's going on, my dude? He says, Max says, I'm also not a fan of Resident Evil games. Well, that's why you're not playing it then. All right. So scared and not a fan, but you're not a fan because you're scared. But that's okay. It's worth it. I get you. Ben Yang in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for being here. Il Ray Tito. What's going on, my dude? Thank you for rocking out. Il Ray says, I wait for games to go on sale. I mean, that's a smart way to do it. They always do go on sale. So if you wait long enough, that shit might be in Game Pass, to be honest with you. But it's definitely the time that you can wait, right? Like there's enough games out there to keep you occupied that you don't need to just jump on the hottest, newest thing. Shout out to Capcom. They sent me a copy of the game, so I was very, very excited to hop in and see what it was. But you kind of do it how you can, right? You can't stress it. There's plenty of games to be playing. Look at me, fucking Kingdom Come Deliverance. I wanted it so badly. I played it during it was on some weekend that they had a free trial, and I streamed it. But it wasn't enough. Like the time wasn't enough. The beginning is so slow that I couldn't really get into the game. But guess what? Now it's here in Game Pass, baby. That's what I wanted, and now I get it. So I was patient. I waited, and here we go. That's where we are. So I see Ren in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for being here, brother. Appreciate you. Cage, the cunning linguist. What's going on, man? Thank you for rocking out with us. Thank you for being here. I see Outward Lyric in the building. What's going on, my dude? Thank you for rocking out with us, bro. All right. If I didn't say your name, I apologize. Mr. Kimo, what's going on, man? Concord. What's he saying? Search Game Studio is shutting down on March 17th. Are you talking about, is that the Highguard studio that you're talking about? Interesting. I mean, I think we know. Yeah, I think we found out, right? That one of them is, yeah, they're closing. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Server slide in the building. What's up, man? Power Boss, what's going on, player? All right. I had you going. Moggs, what's up, man? That's what's going on, player.
Power Boss outed me in the chat, CMoney.
He did what?
Power Boss outed me in the chat.
He outed you.
A certain individual followed me on Twitter, and I followed back, and he caught me. He caught my follow back.
Oh, Colin Moriarty followed you. What did you do to make Colin want to follow you?
I told Power Boss, I think he thought I was advertising for him because somebody was showing a clip of him talking about exclusives and stuff. And I just basically posted a picture of his game, said, if exclusives are so great, how come yours isn't on PlayStation? I guess he thought I was advertising for him, so he followed me.
That is wild.
And I returned the follow back. I do, unless it's some of those people who are obviously freaking following you for the follow backs.
Oh, listen, At the end of the day,
So he's good on
Good
actual
for it.
PlayStation news sometimes.
Yeah.
He's good on
Good
actual
for it.
PlayStation news sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, none of it matters, man. This is all fucking make believe land out there. Hold on, no. Is that real?
What?
Wait, Mr. Kima said that Fair Game Studio is closing on March 17th. Hold the fuck on.
Oh shit.
Hold the fuck on. What are you talking about? Like, bro, you
Isn't they called Haven Studios? Isn't that
yeah,
right?
Haven. I don't see anything about that. Mr. Kima, what are you talking about, bro? I'm not seeing anything quickly on the news. I feel like that will be everywhere, bro.
Yeah. Well, it won't be on a PlayStation Fanboy's Twitter feed because they don't talk about stuff like that.
Bro. All right. I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't either. I just done a quick search too. So.
All right. If you have it, send me a link either on Twitter or Discord or whatever. Because something like that would be crazy news.
Especially marathon flaps this week.
Oh my god. When is that dropping? March 5th? That it comes out like in 2 days.
Yeah, marathons this week. Marathons this week, Friday, I think. Or Thursday or Friday.
All right.
I'm pulling up the Fair Game. I'm pulling up the Fair Games actual Twitter page, and they haven't updated that thing since May 2023. So,
Jesus, that's crazy. All right, so, yeah, I don't see anything.
I've seen one post mentioning it, but it's not like.
Wait, what post mentioned it?
At Kima, Mister.
That's him.
Oh, okay.
At Mr. Kima.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, just let us know.
What's his Twitter page?
Let us know where you got that from, because that would be crazy. I mean, we all know it's coming. It's just the question of, when is it actually going to come? So we will see. Shout out to Thatch for being a member for 10 months, man. Thank you so much for the support, bro. Appreciate you. And of course, our boy Mac22TH with that membership for 14 months. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate the support, man. It means a lot to us. So thank you, homie. All right. Oh, it says Fair Games has been delayed, not closing. I don't know. That game's fucking nightmare. So I don't think anybody would be shocked or confused when that day comes and we hear the news that Fair Games went bye-bye. I mean, shit, at this point, I'm concerned that fucking Bungie's going to say bye-bye. Like, I don't know how this is going to go. Like, I don't know how many people are enough people to play that game. Because if you watch the server slam and you look at, the bars, it was going down, man. It started when it first started high, and then it was just down all the way. So it was, it was obviously doing this, people getting off, getting on, but that hill kept getting lower. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that is the real concern, because this Highguard thing is crazy. Like, it lasted longer than Concord technically, but like they just fucking pull the plugs. It's wild. I really am concerned for Bungie, because I don't know Sony's tolerance, right? They've cut so much without ever even letting the game come out. Imagine, they already cut Concord, and if this comes out and it doesn't rock anybody's socks, it's not looking good. kind of call it what it is. But
Okay.
Marathon's in trouble, Bungie's in trouble, and honestly, all these games that are these live service that are being made, they're really coming out to die, bro. Like it just is what it is. It's wild.
Hunter's
But it's,
Gathering didn't show well this weekend, but they had a very limited beta. So,
well, let's put it this way. I haven't heard one motherfucking word about Hunter's the Gathering. So
well, I know that they did. I think it was Friday evening. They did a 3-hour beta or a 3-hour closed beta but that was invite only. And I think I saw max players on Steam was under 10.
Was under what?
10. But again, like I said, that was a very short window.
Oh. So they had a small closed beta. Yeah, it's gonna be gone. No, sadly. And then listen, I'm not hoping for their demise, which is wild that some of these people on Twitter are like thinking, first of all, nobody got energy or gives a fuck, right? What do I care? You know how many games are active right now that are out there? Why do I care what game is or isn't, right? It's so stupid. We're just commenting on the fact that Highguard is a wasted opportunity for not Highguard. That was fucked, but that was fucked from the beginning. But the Marathon, listen, my annoyance with Marathon is the same annoyance I had with Suicide Squad, right? The company who made Suicide Squad could have given us another single player Batman game or superhero game of some sort that we don't get many of, and it was a certain caliber that could have been, it would have been great. But instead they gave us fucking Suicide Squad that wasn't bad for a while until they until you got to the point where it really leaned heavy into the live service aspect, right? It's just like what's the Avengers one? Remember Avengers? Same shit, right? Avengers was great when you played in the beginning up to a certain point, and then all of a sudden it became here's the grind, right? Here's the live service aspect. So yeah, it's just not a just doesn't make sense. What's that? Captain America?
Yeah, it was collector's edition for the Avengers game.
Oh, nice.
I found a dusty, caked up version of the collector's edition last year on top of the shelves at GameStop. It was like $70. They sold it for me for $40.
Oh wow. Well, I mean, not bad. At least you got a statue out of it. But the point is that these things are fucking like fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like these games, they're just nobody cares enough about any one game. Like, all right. So Simple Jack says Hunter's Gathering also had an NDA attached to it, so people can't even say if it's good or bad. Fair.
It's
The
still
problem
very early
is
for that one.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. It doesn't matter. People rather buy Monster Hunter Wild or Monster Hunter World or whatever the next Monster Hunter is and play that game whenever they feel instead of feeling like they're sucked into this live service bullshit. And that's just what most people are feeling right now. That's what you see. That's what you see. Look at this game, Highguard, right? It's not a game that I enjoyed, but to be fair, there were people in the chat who enjoyed it, right? In our chat who enjoyed it. There's people out there who enjoyed it, right? It's just that there's not enough people who enjoyed it or cared to enjoy it. The shit was free. There's no other, if you can't entice somebody to come play your game, or worse, and we had this discussion, I forget what it was. Maybe it was when Concord was dying. Worse is having a bunch of people who do jump in to play your game and then they all leave. Right? Which we talked about in the past, but that's what happened to them. I mean, we're going to talk about it, but they had like 2 million people who played the game and everybody bounced, right? So
you're seeing the same thing with not seeing the same thing. You got Ranger Rumble that is released, and we haven't heard anybody talk about that. Like so many people.
The fuck is Ranger Rumble?
That's the Ratchet and Clank game. That's the other one that they announced.
That mobile
Horizon.
Game?
Yeah, they announced. Well, I think it's on PC also, but it got announced along with Horizon Steel Frontiers. Okay, and that one's already out. It's not out globally, but it's out in select regions. And you haven't heard anybody. You haven't heard anybody talk about it. Yeah.
Well, besides Helldivers
That's
2
wild.
Marathon, is Fair Games the only other live service out there besides Hunter's Gathering if it comes out?
You got the 2 Horizon games.
Well, then the
You
other
have,
Horizon game, the MMO.
you got Steel Frontiers, Hunter's
Yeah, so that one
Gatherers,
coming.
and then you got Ranger Rumble, which is PC and mobile.
Which makes you wonder what might happen to and other people have brought it up with Blue Point said if they're going to cut down this PC strategy, if we're going to talk about that, what's going to happen to Nixus?
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about the PC strategy on Friday's show with them like claiming that they're hearing that they're gonna slow it down or whatever. But I mean, what's slow it down? These motherfuckers release one game, 1 or 2 games a year. Like, what are you? They already. Do we not remember that they've already ported every fucking game that they have?
Yeah. So it's not a big deal.
What else is there to port? Like, what are we talking about? They're
Right now they got 3
releasing.
games to port.
Yeah, they're releasing a bunch of games day one on PC still. And I'm talking about that Ratchet and Clank game that you just mentioned, just on PC, the Horizon MMO on PC. And then they're saying, okay, well, that's live service. Okay, cool. But if they're only releasing live service games right now, what does it even matter? Right? You're going to get a few games that come out, and then at some point in the future, they're going to go to PC. I mean, it's just what's going to happen. PlayStation's not going to walk away from money. It's just the truth. They spent the money on the studios to make it happen. What they're done now, what they seem to be done is with remakes and shit. I don't know if they have any more, but apparently, I think Blue Point just wanted to make their own shit, and they were done with like the remake. But they did like offer it, right? They offered a bunch of remakes, and PlayStation said no. So I think it's less about going to PC, and more about they're not doing any more remakes. I don't know. It just seems kind of stupid. But all right. Let me go ahead and let's get this chapter up, and let's get popping over here.
In the words of Pink, let's get this party started.
No, taking it back to Pink. All right, where is it? Because I want to. Is it here? Hold on. I got this. Don't worry, guys. You know what? It's probably easier if I search. What? Go fuck yourself. There's no way that my search is not coming. All right. All right. So I got this one here. All right. I got this one here. All right. So that's one. And then let's get the other one. Bro. Why do they have to make it such a pain in the ass for me? I had it here, and then the shit just disappears for no reason. I'm gonna get it. Don't worry. Trying to. No. Oh, you guys saw that? I mean, it's not gonna be a topic or anything. But you saw that now. Xbox has a patent for the AI situation.
Yeah.
That's gonna be able to play, your games if you need to or whatever.
I see the PS guys making fun of it, not remembering that.
Yeah, and it's like, bitch, are you guys ridiculous? Like, you literally just got that announced like a while ago.
And the funny thing is, they're blaming, saying she's doing it. It's like that patent was filed in 24.
Yep, exactly.
So actually, I think it was filed the same month PlayStation filed theirs.
The point is that they're trying to make a mountain out of nothing, right? Like, at the end of the day, this is something that AI is going to allow to have happen. And frankly, the idea, and I said this much when PlayStation announced it too. Like, obviously, as a player, it would be your choice, right? Like, I could tell you right now, I don't give a fuck what anybody feels, right, at all about how I play my games. If I'm playing a game and I'm fucking trying and it's like an Elden Ring or some fucking crazy shit and I'm just fucking stuck and now I can't play my game that I spent money on because I'm stuck on some bullshit, fuck that. I will very easily go ahead and click beat this shit for me. You know how many times I go to fucking Twitter or Grok now and be like, hey, how do I fucking pass this? Or I don't even look for code. Listen, let me tell you a secret. If you put a fucking lock in your game, you think I'm gonna go find that fucking code? Go fuck yourself. I'm not doing no goddamn scavenger hunt. Pulling out my phone. Hey, what's the code for this in this room? There's no joy. There's no excitement for me to go find a code. I'm sorry. There's not. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to go search for that shit. So if you put a code in your game where you're asking me to know the lock combination or whatever the fuck, fam, it's done. I am going to fucking Google that bitch. So I don't care. I'm not like, that's not what's exciting for me about gaming. Okay. If it's in there and it happens naturally, if you find a way to let me find that shit before I find your lock, cool. But if I done traveled and found your lock and now you want me to go back, nah, fam. I ain't about that life. I don't give a shit. So the idea of AI allowing people who want to go ahead and get past a boss or get past a certain area. I'm sorry. Anytime I look away from the fucking screen, it freezes. So, but I'm bringing it down because I found what I was looking for. But yeah, like I'm like, if I hate people who sit there and try to say that somebody else who spent money to buy the console or buy a PC and then buy a game, if they get stuck for whatever reason, even if it's the skill, I'm not fucking like I play games. I could play most games with no problem. I have a baseline of goodness when playing a game, right? Like it doesn't matter what game I play, I could do decently well for the most part. But there's certain games that are fucking difficult. If they're too hard, you know how many times I've walked away? One of the games that I wish that I was able to play, that I saw so many people who had put up screenshots or videos, is fucking Bloodborne. Back then, when it came out, not now, it's too old, but back then, I wanted to fucking do it. I saw all this cool looking shit. I was like, man, this is graphically very beautiful. I would love to visit some of these other fucking worlds. And guess what? I couldn't get past the first fucking main boss. So you know what that game did? Sat the fuck there. Wasted.
The only thing I'd like to see on something like that right there is at least, because I'm not that type of player anyway. But if you're going to have AI do it for you, it shouldn't count the achievement of the trophy.
I mean, but why? Do you think anybody really goes into your trophies like, oh shit, my dude unlocked this trophy?
Oh, no. I see PlayStation guys on Twitter do it all the time. Oh, you don't game, you look at your trophy.
Oh, no, but they're not looking for your accomplishments. They're looking for your failures, right? So it doesn't matter what you accomplish. All they care about is what you didn't do, right? And those people are fucked.
Right? I ask the question sometime. Like I beat the story for South of Midnight. I think I got half of the achievements on it. Did I care that I flipped every tin roof in the Bing? No, didn't affect the game. Do I care that I didn't? Expedition 33. Do I care that I did find every news trigger? Nope.
You know how many times they sent me a game that I beat and it doesn't register because the servers weren't active and they were supposed to pop, but they didn't? I mean, it's just what happens. I don't get, like, who the fuck cares? Like, it's about the experience, right? If you get the achievements, yeah, it's cool when you do something, get an achievement, but who cares if they let the person who spent their money to get a game and they can't beat a spot to go ahead and let them do it? I don't care if it's PlayStation. I don't care if it's Xbox. I don't care if Nintendo does it. Doesn't make a difference. It doesn't affect your fucking gaming. I can't stand gatekeepers, man. Like, especially when it comes to like the those games like Elden Ring and shit, right? Those really hard games that are supposed to be hard, and people want to fucking talk to you like it's a badge of honor that they did this shit, and you shouldn't be allowed to experience the game unless you're good enough to do it. Fam, let me give you a little bit of information here. Your fucking little badge that you have doesn't show me what type of house you can live in. Okay, it doesn't show me what type of car you can drive, or how well you can go out and eat, or how much money you have saved up in the bank. Like, these are not real accomplishments. You get what I'm saying? Like, these are game toys. These are shit for funs and giggles. So no, I don't care.
See,
I don't care how you play. I don't care if you sit down and pay somebody to sit next to you and play your game, and you just want to watch it, then that's the way you enjoy it. Then enjoy it. I don't give a shit. That doesn't matter. So this idea that people want to fucking create an issue, no, fuck you. AI is amazing. If they can go ahead and let people get past parts that suck ass in a game, if they can help somebody unlock an achievement that they couldn't, or if they, whatever the fuck the case is, it doesn't matter. Like, stop trying to gatekeep people, bro. Just enjoy your shit. Let people enjoy theirs. That's it. That's all that matters here.
The only game I've ever platinum on PlayStation, I did it last month with Terminator 2.
Yeah, it's stupid. I platinum one game on PlayStation, which was Astrobot, the first one, and that's because, the one that was free, and that's because my kids played it, and they played it so much that they unlocked almost everything except for 2 of the trophies or whatever. So I was like, oh shit, I've never been this close to getting a platinum. Let me go ahead and fucking do it, and we did it, and that was it. So I've won platinum.
The last
Xbox
all I'm
gonna have.
The last Xbox game I 100%ed was Hellblade 2, and that was when it came out.
I don't.
Then the bastards did that. Then the bastards did the update and added another achievement to it. And there was no way I was going to get that.
I wanted to go and do it, but the games kept coming out, so I couldn't go back and play it. Like, I'm not gonna fucking feel shitty because I can't fucking go and spend all my time, living in a world forever. Now, some games I do a lot of that, but it's not because I'm trying to find a fucking achievement. It's because I'm just engrossed in the world and I want to keep fucking living in that world. But I
accidentally 100% Rocket League.
That's the beautiful thing. That's the way this shit should be. I gotta tell you, I should never have to go crazy to get achievements. It should be part of the natural shit that I do. I shouldn't have to go crazy. That's way too much energy. But whatever. There's, for the people who do like having all that crazy shit, go in it, man. Whatever works for you. It doesn't really matter. Okay. I have the article here. So we're going to obviously jump into this idea of what's happening with Xbox. Again, Asha started in complete effect on the 23rd. So it's been a little over a week now that she has been the big boss. We do have some insight into that actual moment, the actual change of guard. So that's what we're going to start with. And then we're going to go into some of the changes that looks like she's going to be making and what do we think about it. But let me take this chapter real quick here and let's get going. All right. Okay. So, I have it on my side and I thought that meant that I had it ready to go up, but I don't actually. So let me go here. Boom. Now it's ready to go up. So let me change this chapter. All right. So Xbox is at a pivotal moment right now. This is going to be a huge time for Xbox. The same way you kind of go back to 13 or 2014 when our boy Phil Spencer went ahead and took the reins of Xbox and really made foundational changes and really took us to where we are now, which is really the height of Xbox, right? As far as Xbox fans, the enjoyment we get out of the box, the Game Pass, the amount of games they're giving us, first party and third party day ones. I mean, it's just they're doing so much. They got 40 studio plus now. It's just a whole new world for Xbox. And, Phil got us there, right? And, this is where Phil's passing the baton, right? We're going to go ahead and shift from Phil's era to Asha's era. That's right. We have a new CEO, and we heard a lot of statements for sure from her and the team, but they did have a big all hands meeting over at Xbox, right? At Microsoft, where that's the moment where they actually share all the information and talk to the people who are working at Xbox, the people who she is going to be leading for the foreseeable future, right? So Jez over at Windows Central did get another exclusive, which, if you guys remember how Kind of Funny broke down over the interview he got, can only imagine how they felt when he got this this insight into the literal behind the scenes of what happened at Xbox. But I do want to jump into it together. Let's go ahead. And there is because obviously a lot of the statements that have been made are going to be echoed here, but there are some tidbits that are actually really good. So our boy Jez at Windows Central says, at Microsoft's big Xbox all hands meeting, leaders paid tribute to the team, Sarah Bond, Phil Spencer, and the future. We are going to start with console and make sure that we understand that this is our reference experience. That line is really powerful. It's really, really powerful. I do want to go ahead and keep reading. We'll get back to it, but that is a really powerful line. Microsoft's gaming team had a big hands-on meeting last week, and the mood was emotional, but also energized and jubilant. Here's what outgoing CEO Phil Spencer and incoming CEO Asha Sharma had to say. And there is the new team plus Phil sitting right there in that picture. Okay, so Xbox CEO Phil Spencer is on the road to retirement and will spend the next few months mentoring new CEO Asha Sharma. Last week, Microsoft went ahead with its planned all-hands meeting to discuss Phil Spencer's retirement and to introduce new CEO Asha Sharma. The meeting took place The meeting took place in the main Xbox building lobby at its Redmond campus, a site often frequented by outgoing CEO Phil Spencer and other Xbox leaders. It's in this area where various big meetings and announcements are typically made to the team working directly at Microsoft and then live streamed more broadly to Microsoft's thousands of gaming employees. Last week, our sources gave us an inside track to some of the meetings as it unfolded, and it was equal parts emotional and energized. Outgoing CEO Phil Spencer led the initial introduction, stating, "So great to be here, to feel the energy, so many years standing on this stage, taking questions together as one team and doing amazing things for gaming and for each other. I really appreciate this opportunity to spend time with you and honor all of you. Thank you for everything you've meant in my professional life." Spencer hailed the Xbox team while also acknowledging the challenging times its staffers have faced since the botched launch of the Xbox One over 10 years ago. Spencer and the team remained upbeat as he introduced incoming CEO Asha Sharma to loud cheers and applause for Xbox's future. "I also just wanted to take a moment and talk about all the confidence I have for you and in Asha on the path ahead. I know the plan that you're on. I know what you're doing. I know what you're building." Love that confidence, right? That's a beautiful thing. So, an amazing slate of games this year, Phil said. "It's our 25th anniversary of Xbox this year, our quarter century of bringing joy and community to so many. You can do this. You have the opportunity to bring gamers together, and I just cannot wait to sit and watch the progress you make. You are just cranking just right now, and the years ahead are going to be fantastic. You should have a ton of confidence in what you're going to build." I'm excited. Introducing Asha Sharma, Phil Spencer said he was blown away by Sharma's intelligence, her drive, and her willingness to immediately get to work. He noted that Sharma is product driven and player driven, closing with, "I have a ton of confidence in what Asha's going to do." Taking the stage, Asha Sharma said, "I'm so honored to be your next CEO. I'm even more proud to be part of Team Xbox." I love that as well. Um, it's really empowering when you have the leader go ahead and look and say, "Hey, yes, I'm leading you guys, but I'm also part of the team. We are in this together. We are going to do great things. These are not just my accomplishments, these are yours as well." That is something that you want to hear from a leader. Sharma said before talking about the road ahead, she wanted to pay tribute to Phil Spencer, noting, "You are a remarkable leader and an even more remarkable human. Your career will be remembered in stories of the creators you empowered, the team members who took risks they didn't know they could, and the story of community carried over generations." That was a nice send off, right? That was touching. Um, all right. Sharma emphasized Xbox's community of players who call Xbox home, describing Xbox as more than simply a business in regards to its community. She described the decades of work that had gone into Xbox, including its icons, characters, worlds, and Xbox itself, after stating, "I will do everything I can to honor that and protect that." Excuse me. Joined by newly promoted CCO Matt Booty, Asha Sharma also paid tribute to outgoing Sarah Bond, who was also in attendance at the event. I mean, that's nice, right? They painted such a dark, like, picture of how it went down, but obviously the politics of her leaving and stuff is probably not, you know, full of roses and daisies, but it wasn't, again, nothing will match what they did to your boy Sean Layden when they fucking dragged this motherfucker out the back door and threw him in the trash and didn't even talk about him. Um, so it continues. "I also want to recognize Sarah," Sharma said, to loud cheers and applause. "Sarah, you will be missed. You have been a key part of Xbox's history, and everybody sees that. And thank you for riding with me for the next few months. We wouldn't be here without you. Thank you." It's nice words, man. Matt also held Sarah Bond. "I want to thank Sarah, who's back there. I've learned so much over the last 8 years from Sarah and the importance for how platform and first party games can work together. Sarah, you have been our navigator. You have guided us all through complicated times, and we've had hard moments, but we are smarter and better because of it. I know you've always had my back, and I'll always have yours." I mean, that was also nice, right? So, look, she got her flowers, right? She didn't just disappear into the night, right? They gave her flowers with respect and grace and kindness. So, good on them for doing the right thing. Sharma described a bit of her history, noting her first job working the retail floor at Best Buy and in consumer packaged goods before pivoting to technology. She echoed comments she made to us in our exclusive interview, noting that she will spend the next few months learning the nuances of the Xbox business. And then she continues, I have 3 commitments that I laid out. We will deliver great games. Everything is downstream of great games. That means empowering studios to do our best work. And again, I'm sorry, but you can't hear that and think to yourself, she doesn't get it, or she's here for the wrong reasons, or she has some crazy ambition that is separate from us having great games. Like, no, it's clear she is focused and understands that for Xbox to be a successful place, it has to have great games. And that's what we are getting, and that's what we will be getting, and that's what we want. And we want to keep that coming. So shout out to her for making sure we know that. The second thing is the return to Xbox. We're going to start with console and make sure that we understand this is our reference experience. And this is really important. There's a lot of layers to that because there's a lot of different ways that could be taken, a lot of ways you can look at it. But return to Xbox has been such a thing that's been going on. Like people are picking it out and really trying to break it down. And then you have people who are naysayers of it and trying to link it to things that nobody's linking it to, right? Nobody's linking it to um exclusives, right? Now, obviously anything is on the table. But again, let's just put it out there. Best case scenario for the people who are still obsessed with this idea of exclusives, and I know there's a lot of you out there, your best case scenario is a timed situation. The cat's out of the bag, they're not going back. And she continues that so far right here, where she says, we will meet players where they are and build experiences that are instant and seamless and accessible. Right. So let's just make that clear so we don't keep going with the bullshit. The games are going to go everywhere. We want them to go everywhere because that's how the games become more and more successful, that the tail lasts even longer for them, right? More and more people buy new consoles of any type. All of a sudden, it becomes a viable option to buy that game, right? We want our developers to have the most exposure possible because, frankly, they're some of the best fucking developers in the world, and they deserve that type of recognition. And being able to put everything everywhere will allow that to grow and be the thing that happens. So I want them to keep getting recognized and doing their thing, because all that does is, pump them up to make bigger and better for us, right? And that's what we're here for, right? That's what it's about. So I'm really pumped for that. But also, when you look at the idea that it's going to be the reference experience, I think it's really important that they establish the idea that no matter where the game goes, it starts there, right? It starts at Xbox. The game is built with Xbox in mind, with the Xbox community in mind, and that is where everything starts. Whatever happens when it goes elsewhere is secondary. First and foremost, Xbox, the console, comes first. Xbox players come first. That is the experience that you want them to have, right? You want to make sure that they're taking advantage of the Xbox first and foremost. And then third, she says, we are living through an unprecedented era of change. We will build for the future of play. As we think about the road ahead, it's not going to be me or any one person. We will be Team Xbox. We will not be the studios or the platform or marketing or operations. We will be Team Xbox, and we'll get through this together. In closing, Sharma emphasized her plan to meet every team across Xbox and learn about the key areas Xbox is struggling with, while describing her goal to build Xbox's next 25 years of success and her willingness to re-examine some of Xbox's decisions over the last few years. We have an amazing lineup coming up. We're going to have a great GDC, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun. And then that's it. GDC is right around the corner. Very, very excited for it. There's a lot of cool stuff that's planned for that show. So I'm excited that we're going to be there because it's a huge deal, man. It's a huge deal. So yeah, man, again, this was the insight, right? This was the behind the scenes. This is what they talked about at the actual Xbox all hands meeting. And again, it was a lot of what was already brought out in the statements, but it was nice to see the way that Sarah Bond was spoken about. Again, talking to all the people who are working there was great for Asha to really double down on the idea of games first. Studios need to understand that the games are the most important thing. We need to make those a priority. Everything is downstream from there. That means nothing moves, nothing happens unless our games are great. And that's a phenomenal way for her to look at it. And keeping console as the reference point is great for Xbox as a brand, right? So obviously, when you guys hear this, again, it is more of the statement that was already made, but with a little few differences here and there. Broke Boy, what do you feel about this Xbox all hands meeting and really Asha and where she's taking us based off of this one.
See, I like what she's saying. Like, it's one of those. It's nice that they did the article showing that they acknowledged Sarah and everything as well too, because everybody said, "Where's Sarah?" They got kicked out. Sarah out the door. She's not there. It's nice to actually see that they did acknowledge her. She was there. Just kind of curious on why she wasn't on stage 2, but that's another thing. But that's something different. Whatever. I like what you said. I was kind of like the feeling of you when you read it. The way it looks, console first, then meet players where they are. Possibly launch everything on Xbox/PC, and then down the line, 6 months to a year, bring them to other places. So I like what she's putting out there.
Agreed. And I do like that this is all taking place at the cusp of a new generation. Well, quote unquote generation, right? A new console launch. Because we know that's coming up either this year or next year. Next year, for sure, with the Xbox console, but this year possibly with the OEM. I'm still hopeful, but it's nice that she's going to be right there at the moment where we're going to have a new console out in the market, a new experience, the first in all of history, the first actually different console, right? The something that's actually making changes for the industry with this console that they're going to be putting out. It's huge, and it's great that she's going to be in that moment where she can kind of guide the ship right there. Farrell, where are you, man? Again, I know this was a lot of similar stuff that came up, but it is, we did see the Sarah conversation and more of her, how she doubled down to them, not just to us, but also to the teams. What do you think about what we got going on here?
In a lot of ways, I feel like it's a confirmation of what the previous regime was trying to achieve. We've seen it with the Xbox Ally and with the new cloud thing that's in beta, the new cloud in beta. It all feels like a seamless console experience. The Ally X has become more of a console experience. So it does seem like that commitment is taking place. I think it's more like a marketing thing as far as them marketing the console experience as the reference experience. I think that's going to be more of it. And I would welcome a more consistent, just as a gamer in general, just a more consistent idea of games releasing to other platforms, in a timely fashion. Like, you got some games that are releasing day and date, whereas you have others who, take a year, like Avowed or a South of Midnight. They take a little bit longer. And I know that's based on studio capability, but why not just have everything release, a little bit of time later down the road? I mean, we've seen Forza Horizon 5 release years later to massive success. We figured that once Starfield makes it over, that's going to be a massive success. We saw Pentiment go over, have big sales, Sea of Thieves. So it hasn't necessarily been necessary that they're day and date across platforms. I think Xbox has found a way to release games a little bit later to PlayStation and still capture a bit of a zeitgeist where they are able to maximize the sales potential on those other platforms. So if that's the strategy, to where, maybe Xbox gets 6 months exclusivity no matter what, or a year exclusivity no matter what, I think it makes sense for everyone, because when the game is coming. Like, that, a year from now, I'll get a Xbox game, or 6 months from now. And it probably makes Xbox gamers feel a little bit more valued. So, I mean, if they go with that, I can see where it makes sense for everyone, on the PlayStation side, on the PC side, and on the Xbox side. But I do think commitment to console was always the thing. I think it might just look a little bit different now with new leadership.
Well, I think you're right. I think it always was the thing, and I think it's just the narratives that were spun around it that made it such a hard thing to, for whatever reason, nail down. And we've heard from Phil and heard from Sarah and Matt. Everybody's been telling us that the console is so important. They're working on the next console. Yet you'll still read a headline the next day that there's not going to be fucking console. Consoles are not coming out. Xbox not making a console. It's like, bro, no matter what they said, it didn't make a difference. So honestly, I think the biggest for me personally, when I look at this change of guard, I think the biggest thing, the most impactful thing for the Xbox brand going forward is that everyone who was responsible for the changes are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Good or bad changes. Doesn't matter, because I like the things that change. Some people don't. But the point is that the people who were responsible for it are gone, which means this can't be the same conversation when it comes to what Asha is doing now. Right? She's doing something that she has a clean slate. She's inheriting something that was already there. So she's not going to be, you can't look at her and be like, yo, but you did this interview 2 years ago and you told us it was only just a 4. Or you can go even further back to 5 years ago when you sat down with Bethesda and the round table and said, this is about bringing exclusive games to the places where Game Pass is. It's all gone. It's all gone. None of that conversation exists anymore. It's dead.
People have to understand that Xbox is not some speedboat you can just quickly turn around and just reverse course or change course on what you're doing. This is a big ship. This is 40 studios. This is billions and billions of dollars invested. You can change the direction slightly, but the path it's on is the path it's on. So she's not necessarily changing the path. The biggest thing she's doing is changing the messaging and the branding around the product and how we as consumers kind of take that in and respond to it. But the things that Xbox has in motion are in motion, and there's not going to be these big, drastic, sweeping changes. I mean, you might see some policy changes when it comes to Game Pass or something like that. But for the most part, it is what it is. And if you're on board to this point, then you're gonna see more of what you've been seeing in the Phil era. You'll see her changes, or her spin on it. But I mean, Xbox is Xbox right now. It's gonna take a long time for her to make a meaningful, drastic change to the direction that Xbox is currently going. Look how long it took Jim Ryan's impact to take place.
But this is the thing that I will honestly, that I don't necessarily agree with. See, I think Asha tomorrow can implement something that changes everything up. I think she has no desire to wait out some regime that existed before her. But this is why, and understand this, and I think this is why she's making it such a big deal, where she keeps saying the games, right? Because the games are not going to change. Those games that were greenlit, those are coming out, right? So that is what we hear, right? What we hear are excited for are the games, right? That's what gamers are excited for, is the games. So that's not changing. We have a roadmap of games that are coming out, roadmap that are yet to come, for next year and the year after that. We have games already lined up, right? So that's the part that's up here. Hey, look here, none of that is changing, right? But the idea of things that are happening in the background, I think are able to be changed however and whenever she wants. The one thing I will say is the exclusive shit that's not happening. Okay. That's not going away. The fact that games are going elsewhere. Let me get real quick. Coog in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for being here. It says, how do you guys feel about Xbox fans on Twitter yearning for exclusivity to go back? Some even saying they would trade it for Game Pass. Those people are being disingenuous. They're being disingenuous, and they don't speak for real Xbox fans, because at the end of the day, the idea that we would get rid of Game Pass, what those people are ponies undercover, right? Where they're sitting here trying to say, I want Xbox to be like PlayStation. Yeah. And guess what? We have a PlayStation. I don't touch that shit. Why? Not because I don't want to, because they don't do shit that I enjoy or want, right? So understand that that's bullshit. That's bullshit. The idea of trading exclusivity for Game Pass, go fuck yourselves. That's exactly what I asked Ponies back in the day, like a couple years ago. I put on there, would they trade exclusivity for their first party studios? And they said yes. In my little poll that I did, they said they would get rid of they'd rather have their games be exclusive than to have their first party studios make games. So they don't care where the exclusives come from. They just want exclusives so they can feel like they have exclusives. That conversation is so stupid. And you got big dudes who are really double down on this shit, like Porter Rock and these other people who keep going with this idea about exclusives. Fam, the only reason you care about exclusives is because you want to have a conversation about console sales. That's all. That's the only reason that you would ever say, I need exclusives, because you want to think that exclusives are going to equal console sales. But let's ask a question. How many generations has Xbox had exclusives? Oh, every generation, right? Every generation, everyone. And what happened? Xbox One generation, they had exclusives. What happened? Why weren't they number one? Why weren't they the biggest, the most console sales? They had exclusives. What happened? Not just though. Oh, I know. I saw Clobro quote tweet somebody and said, "Well, now they have 40 studios." Okay, gotcha. So you're saying that if they went out and came out with 10 or 11 or 12 exclusive games only in the year, that would be some massive difference. And look, would it make any moves or any waves? Sure. I think there's a subset of people who would be like, oh yeah, I want to do that. But the question is simple. Do you really want Xbox to risk all their studios on this idea that if they build the games, the consoles buyers are going to go ahead and buy Xboxes instead of PlayStations? Do you really want to pretend like PlayStation hasn't spent its entire time since it was the first big bad that was on the block after Nintendo, right? That it didn't establish this name already that people are just inherently going to go pick when they think of a console because they don't follow gaming news.
That's not going to happen. People who have the consoles are set pretty much where they're going to play. They're not. It's not happening. There will be a few changeover, but there won't be a massive. And I won't even say they'll change over. They might Xbox. But people are set. PlayStation. That's one of the things everybody always was talking about. People were talking about before. I think even Phil said it. People are pretty much set on where they want to play. They're not going to just automatically change over just because something.
Yeah, it's not. And you know what? They shouldn't have to. They shouldn't have to. That shit is just all made up bullshit. Listen, again, I'm always gonna preference shit like this when I talk about it because I'm gonna acknowledge the fact that I was one of those people, right? I was one of those people. The exclusives, no game's gonna go, all this other shit. I've been there, done that. I understand. Okay, I understand the mentality. What I don't understand is after everything we've learned and seen and been through, how you still have that same mentality.
I mean,
I don't understand. But then again, there's people who love to stay in the hood no matter what they see, right? Like they rather stay in the gutter than kind of move past it. So I get that as well, right? So some people are not willing to change and they just want to keep doing the same fight that they were doing. That's cool. But I have passed way past that shit, bro. Yeah. I now see the vision 100%, and I don't want to go back. I now understand the detriment that shit was doing for so long. Because let's be clear, Xbox always had the better fucking exclusives. I mean, it's just the truth. They just made the better games, but PlayStation went ahead and found like their little niche of these movie games that they were making that they just were really bombastic and really caught the eye of a lot of people. So it made sense that people saw it that way. But like physical in your hand playing a game, bro, nothing is on par with the Halos and the Gears of the world gameplay wise. Like, come on, man. Like PlayStation can't hold a candle to that shit, right? But go ahead, Farrah. I see you.
And I was gonna say, like, for the people who are, truly console warriors, if you really pay attention to the war, how many studios has PlayStation closed this generation? How much money have they lost this generation because of the moves that Xbox has made? I mean, you're getting the victory that you want. It may not look how, like I've said this plenty of times, it may not look how you want it to look, but PlayStation's closing like what, 2-3 studios a year, like the past 3 years.
Somebody on Twitter posted it. I think this generation PlayStation has closed one more studio than Xbox. I think Xbox has had the larger studios.
What do you mean? What studios did Xbox close? Are you talking about when the things happened and they closed the Hi-Fi Rush studio? Who everybody
they closed 3 then I'm talking about like the reorgs and stuff like that right there, like Turn 10. I know Turn 10 is still kind of technically there.
Yeah, Turn 10 is not closed.
Yeah, they closed like
I
think
they
like
were
2 or 3 studios. One's the Initiative, and then they closed Arcane Austin, and then the rest they folded into other studios for
that.
Yeah, if anybody's telling you that the Xbox closed all these studios,
no, I'm saying they were showing that PlayStation closed more. It was like
they closed more, but Xbox shouldn't even be in that conversation. Initiative got closed. They never released a fucking game. So the fact that they tried to build a team from scratch, they didn't buy a team that was already had a nucleus going, and they were going to just help it grow. They tried to make a team from scratch, and it didn't work out. So that one closed, yes. But Hi-Fi Rush Studio, all those people who keep talking about why you close it, motherfuckers, the fucking Resident Evil creator left the studio he made without ever making a game for fucking Xbox and left. He was the studio. They didn't have a game to greenlight. And the games, any game that they would have needed or would have greenlit, we're going to need to have massive increase in people to work there with no fucking leader. You're just stupid if you still think about the Hi-Fi Rush studio as anything other than the person who built that studio kamikazing that shit by leaving. Okay. He shut down that studio when he left. That is the answer. Shinji Mikami. Thank you, Service a lot. He is the one who left. So sorry, no. Also, Arcane that made what the fuck's the name of that game? Redfall. The only red mark on the Xbox fucking library. Since then, they have never missed again. And even that game ultimately got fixed and it's a good game. But even though that team, that studio, it got fucking whatever. Like but it's not Arcane. Arcane is a total entity. There was 2 branches of Arcane, and they shut down one of those branches. But most of the people in that branch went to the other one. Only some of the people got let go. Most of them migrated to the other Arcane. It was still Arcane. Arcane didn't go anywhere. So they didn't shut down that studio. They just shut down that little entity because they believed more in the other Arcane, and they rather go and have everybody over there. I'm sorry, but that is also not going to be something that I'm going to go ahead and be like, yeah, that went ahead and closed. Forza Motorsport Turn 10, they're not closed. They're not actively making a new big game. They're working on the engine. They're helping Forza Horizon. They're helping with Fable, right? But they're not closed. But the game is a competitor to Forza Horizon. And let's be clear, even though they're different, I'm talking about in the sense of they're putting resources into making a whole ass game over here and a whole ass game over here. And this game, Horizon, does so much more than fucking Forza. So yes, they are not putting a lot of focus into motorsport, considering that it's already out. They've updated the fuck out of it, and it's in a great place. And if you like playing a racer, the same way you don't have another Gran Turismo to play anytime soon, you're still playing fucking Gran Turismo. Go play Forza Motorsport. It's not gone. They didn't delete the game. They didn't shut it down. It's still there. Horizon's the breadwinner. It's the one that everybody loves. Like, let's stop pretending. So, okay, and then who else?
That's it.
That little roundhouse studio, or whatever. Didn't
That
they
got
get
folded in
fucking-
the ESO. They got folded.
Yeah, I was
in
about to say
the
they got
ESO.
absorbed into another studio. So technically, yes, that
That
roundhouse name.
initial announcement they did with Arcane Austin, there were 4 studios listed. Tango, of course, was ended up being closed for about a month.
Yeah, it was
off.
It was Tango,
Now,
Austin.
I want to say there was a mobile.
Yeah, they all got folded into other studios, basically. So
Exactly. So Roundhouse is not a name brand that anybody was like, oh my God, Roundhouse? No, that was gone. Alpha Dog Games, the mobile
Alpha Dog.
game studio.
They got folded in.
Mobile's game studio. I mean, what do you want? You know what I'm saying? Again, another thing that was not a huge name, right? So look, I mean, you can't make shit up in your mind just because you want to try to compete with PlayStation's closing or trying to make it seem like PlayStation didn't close that much more than Xbox. We're talking a completely different scenario. PlayStation went ahead and bought all these studios trying to get into a service and doom them from the beginning. So like let's calm down with the bullshit. But that being said, if we focus back on Xbox, and we think about, you know, the exclusive conversation, because that's the one that a lot of these people are so tied up on. There's a couple things, and some of the people in the chat brought it up, but a couple things to understand. You know, as much as you might say to yourself, oh well, maybe there'll be a 6-month or a 12-month timed exclusive period. Couple things. One, when they bought ABK, right, there was a whole thing about exclusivity and keeping games away from people, right, that the FTC was involved in, and they went ahead and they had to agree to a lot of that stuff. And ultimately, like, no matter how you cut it, the next Call of Duty is going to launch everywhere. There will be no delay. There will be no delay. The next Diablo will launch everywhere. They're not going to take games away from people. Like, you gotta be smarter than that, right? Like, you gotta be smarter than that. They're not going to be like, oh, hey everybody, I know you're all excited for Diablo, but the only way you're going to play is if you buy an Xbox. That's not smart business. Okay, that moment is past. Let me give you an understanding with PlayStation. PlayStation doesn't have any IP worth fucking anything. Okay, Spider-Man is the only thing, and Wolverine, their hero shit, is the only thing that I believe should be put elsewhere. Right, it should be put elsewhere because it's something that is a global, you know, IP, right? That they don't own. Right, they don't own Spider-Man, they don't own Wolverine. This should have been something that was everywhere, but they're doing that. They're keeping it in. Great. But that's them, right? That's PlayStation. That's a stupid ass fucking business decision, right? They would have sold crazy for Spider-Man if it was everywhere. They would have sold crazy for Wolverine if it was everywhere. But they're not. They're not gonna. They haven't, and they won't. They're just gonna sell to the same percentage that they always sell to. No matter how many more people buy a console from PlayStation, the sales don't change. The sales don't change. They don't buy the console and then go back and buy all these first party games. We see the numbers every fucking quarter. The amount money spent on first party is nothing burger. All right. In comparison to everything else. Right. So at the end of the day, Xbox is never going to take away IP that already exists everywhere. So if you have games that are automatically going to drop day one on other boxes, no matter what, at what point do you like what's the segregation? Like, what is the way you're going to classify a game? Okay, well, this game here is not as popular, or all right, maybe new IP. If it's new IP, we're gonna keep it for a year. If it's an an older IP, but you know, we think it can do better or whatever, we'll put it on fucking 6 months. Like it just sounds stupid. Like, doesn't it? Like, just the conversation itself, it sounds so fucking stupid to be sitting there crying about this idea, my dude. It is like, let's all just fucking understand that some people like to stay in the gutter. Your Nibs and your Porter Rocks and all these dudes, they love staying where they are in the gutter. And I'm not talking about in their real lives. I'm talking about in the gutter of talking this exclusive shit, right? That doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't change anything. That time is past. Back in the day, exclusive mattered because nobody was going to use your box like you would use your box. Okay. But as we've seen from PlayStation, who they swore up and down that the SSD was so magical that it couldn't be duplicated. All the games that were built for it were not able to be anywhere, even PC, because the speeds of that SSD were just undeniable, and those games were being made specifically for that. Ratchet and Clank, oh my God, look at this time shift jump that we can do only because of the power of the SSD. Fast forward, and all those motherfuckers on PC. They're all on PC. You could play that shit without an SSD. Come on, man. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's all fucking lies. All of these fucking companies are using as much engines, like the engines that they're using, they're trying to use as much possible that's available to the maximum amount of developers. They don't want to have to train. Look at all Halo. Halo had a proprietary engine. They're done with that shit. Unreal. They want to get fucking bodies in the fucking desk to make these games. They can't spend fucking months and months and months training somebody on a special fucking technique. They want people who have expertise already to be hired and use it. No matter how much expertise somebody had that they hired, that expertise wasn't in this engine. It was in a different engine. And if you hire somebody with expertise in fucking baseball to go play basketball, you're not going to get the fucking results that you think you are. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. So all of these companies are just using engines that are universally out there. So this is all they want. All the shit that is for a unique company, a unique platform has not been used, my dude. It has not been used. It has not.
I just saw earlier today. It looks like PlayStation is losing another exclusive, but they're losing it to the Switch.
Of course, that's always gonna. If it's not a first party game, all those deals that they had are all going. They're all going.
That was a question I had pondered earlier today. I put it in Twitter too. PlayStation, or Jim Ryan and PlayStation went all around the world saying, "Don't let this happen because Xbox might make COD exclusive." How many time exclusivity deals and stuff have they bought since they went around saying Xbox might do something?
Well, yeah, they keep doing it. They keep doing the same shit. It's all the same bullshit. It's all the same bullshit. And honestly, it just doesn't matter. Like I feel elevated above them. Like when I look at the average PlayStation pony, like not PlayStation players, they don't know any better, right? I'm not gonna blame somebody who doesn't really know any better because most people are not fucking as ingrained in gaming as we are. Most people use gaming for exactly what it is, which is entertainment, right? I don't fucking know the inner workings of fucking Netflix. I don't know the inner workings of the studios and who made what. I don't know which person produced Love is Blind versus The Circle and all this shit. I don't care. I just consume. Guess what? As hard as it may be for us to wrap our heads around it because we're so caught up in, gaming and we think it's so important, most people don't. Most people look at it for what it is. It's something to entertain themselves. That's why all those people who have PlayStations don't buy first-party games because they are going in and they're fucking playing the free games. They're playing the big game like Call of Duty that they know about. They're buying Minecraft because that's the best way they can play it in their mind. That's what they're in for. They're not in for the bullshit, bro. The facts don't lie. Numbers don't lie. The small percentage of people who own a PlayStation and play their first party games is fucking ridiculously low. So let's stop. If they're and let's be clear, Xbox wouldn't be that much better. Okay, it wouldn't be that much better. I would say Xbox people are more in the know because if you chose Xbox, you have an understanding of what it is, and that's why you chose Xbox over a PlayStation. But even then, the majority of people are still doing the same shit. They're still playing most of the same games, and it's only the other few who are going ahead and buying these other games. That's why Game Pass is so fucking huge. 35 million fucking people or whatever it is on Game Pass. That's fucking huge because most people on Xbox can go play whatever the fuck they want without really knowing too much. And that's why it's there. That's the beauty of this. It's not going to happen, guys. They're not going to make this big fucking exclusive announcement that's going to rock your socks and change your world. It's not going to be like, oh, every game going forward is like this. I just can't see it. They have too many games that are coming everywhere regardless because of the size of those games. I mean, Farrah, what do you think about that idea? Do you really think, considering that they drop games day one on other platforms, no matter what, with Call of Duty and, Diablo and other shit like that, right? Like, do you think it makes sense for them to be like, hey, Diablo, the next one, we're going to make that exclusive. There's a delay on that one.
I don't think it makes sense to do it, but I do think it makes sense to have more consistent messaging so that there isn't like these debates all in the Twitter streets about whether a product is coming or a product isn't coming. Just they have a lot of IP, so it makes it maybe a little bit difficult to really communicate and have a clear answer for us, but a clearer picture would help them. But I don't think it makes sense. Like if they release a ESO2 or something like that, where it's an upgraded version, it doesn't make sense for it to be on Xbox only, or Diablo 5 comes out, doesn't make sense. Call of Duty doesn't make sense. Like there's a lot of IP where it just doesn't make sense. And why, like, what people don't understand is that like Xbox, when they have as many studios as they have, they're not competing against PlayStation anymore when it comes to their games. They're competing against Fortnite. They're competing against Roblox. They're competing against Apex Legends. They're competing, against these big live service giants that are swallowing up their multiplayer games. So if you keep them exclusive to your box, your IPs are going to get swallowed up. Do you want Gears of War to be huge, or you just want it to be a smaller Xbox game? Do you want Halo to be huge and to get all the content you want? Or do you want a smaller Halo game that gets swallowed up into Fortnite? And instead of you getting this big Halo game, you get a bunch of Halo skins in Fortnite. Like that's kind of what you're asking yourself when you're talking about this exclusivity argument, is that 100%. It's a much bigger world that we're looking at with the size of the IP that Microsoft owns. And if you really want these games to be as big as you want them to be, the games that you truly love, they got to go everywhere.
The other thing to keep in mind too, and that's 100% true, Farrah, what you said, but you also got to keep in mind that Xbox is not everywhere.
Yes, it's not.
Like we got to be clear. Every country doesn't have Xbox in it, or if it has it, it's a negligible amount, right? Because those people they don't care about Xbox. They will never buy an Xbox. It can have fucking anything, any game you can imagine. PlayStation and Xbox could fucking switch games, and all the games that release on PlayStation come out on Xbox, and Xbox games over there, and they'll still buy the fucking PlayStation because they don't even acknowledge the existence of Xbox. And that is one of the genius moves that was made here, because now you take your games who are completely unknown to these other countries, like Forza Horizon. Do you not remember how it was number one in every country? In every country, it was number one on PlayStation for the longest of time because it was their first exposure to it.
Yeah.
They never had one. and it was such a huge deal for them. So these other countries are getting these games that they never got to see, and Xbox is releasing their games to people who never would have ever gotten to fucking play them. It makes no sense to scale that back. No sense at all. I think going forward,
Xbox is
and I
good.
see Lemon in the building. What's up? 108 Dragons. What's up, play? I see
Yeah,
you,
man,
bro.
what's going on?
Xbox is big in what, 2 or 3 regions: the North America, US, and maybe some South American countries.
Yeah, and you know, when you really think about it, like Halo Combat Evolved, that's essentially a reboot of Halo that could essentially, you know, it being everywhere could have, you know, a Resident Evil effect. Whereas, you know, a generation from now, Halo could be the biggest thing out there. Like Resident Evil is, you know, one of the biggest things out there right now.
100%.
Halo could have that same
100%.
thing. Gears of War, E-Day could essentially be a reboot. I mean, I know it would sound crazy, but if E-Day goes bonkers on all platforms, who's to say they just don't reboot everything and give you full-on remakes? Like, that RE engine thing was nice because they gave everyone who owned the Gears of War Ultimate a free copy anyway. So it's not like, oh, you feel bad, you got to buy the game again. They could go ahead and say, you know what, Gears of War E-Day did so great, we're gonna do a full reboot. We're gonna do the full thing. So that's something that could happen. Gears of War could have that type of research. I'm not rooting for that because we've seen the remake cycle over there on PlayStation, how they keep on doing it over and over and over again. But because these games have such a larger reach now, it's a possibility that it's open to Xbox. And they do have the resources to where they can outsource some of that work if need be.
And they have proven that that's what they've done that multiple times.
Yeah,
we just saw
Oblivion.
Avowed wasn't done by Obsidian.
Yeah,
Avowed was done by this other company, Double some shit, whatever.
Yeah, Oblivion Remastered. You know, like we've
Yep.
seen they have the ability and the capacity to kind of do those things while still being able to churn out new games. So that's, you know, that's a future that we could really be looking at, where some of these IPs that we love get a chance to really grow and soar and be bigger than what we ever thought they could be. I mean, 5-6 years from now, Xbox could have 10 games that actively sit in the top 20 every month if they do it right.
It's 100% a possibility, and that's really a important thing to understand when you're suggesting them to go backwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, like you need to stop. All of you out there on fucking Twitter crying about it, you need to stop. You're asking them to move backwards. You're asking them to go play the game that they were already playing. This is a new game. They're moving forward. They're doing bigger and better things. They have their eyes on the prize. They want success in more forms than just a box, right? And that doesn't mean that they don't want to make the best box, but the sales of that box are not what she's talking about. Just to be clear, too, for these people, when she says the focus is the box, get back to that box, right? Obviously the games, but they want to return to Xbox. It's not about how many more we're going to sell. It's about making sure the people who do buy it feel like they are the most important, right? They're the specials, right? And you can do that without making it that the games are exclusive, right?
Hey, the more games that Xbox gets in that top 20, the more people in those other regions that don't have Xbox to Xbox and Game Pass are going to want Xbox and Game Pass. So, I mean, one's going to affect the other at some point.
Agreed.
Yeah, somebody in the chat said make Elder Scrolls 6 exclusive. That game is too big to be exclusive.
Yeah.
Listen, originally, look, again, like, let's be clear. Pre-ABK, again, it's gonna, like, this shit's gonna be studied. There's a pre and post. Okay, ABK was the catalyst that changed everything. Okay, now going into it, we didn't see it. I didn't see it. I didn't know what it meant because I wasn't following the money, right? I was keeping in my, console war, fucking, the exclusives, all that shit, right? I wasn't following the money. But once that happened, that changed the paradigm of Xbox, right? That changed what Xbox meant to Microsoft. Okay. They purchased a large amount of yearly income. Okay. That skyrocketed the value of Xbox to a place where it frequently passes Windows for Microsoft. Okay. That's what happened when that purchase took place. It's huge. It's huge. It changed everything. So before ABK, before how big they got, Phil was still on that same boat, right? He there's an interview where he talked about Elder Scrolls 6 would be in the same vein as Starfield being exclusive. That's what the initial idea was. They were going to continue to play the exclusive game because that is where they were. That is the level they were at. ABK changed their level. Okay. ABK changed their level. ABK took them from having one of the games that was the zeitgeist game, which was Minecraft, okay, to a place where now they not only have Minecraft, but they have fucking Call of Duty, right?
Yeah.
The yearly behemoth, right? So it literally changed the game, right? So like you can't put the genie back in the bottle. And I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want it that way. I want all of the goodness that we're getting. I want everything that we're getting. I don't want them to go back and fucking walk shit back or change shit because of people who are fucking crying. Bro, fuck those people. Like stop it.
So don't change it, just it if you're going to do it.
If you still want Xbox to buy another publisher, or if you still want them to buy Steam or something crazy like that, then you're rooting for a world where they keep putting games everywhere, because you can't have one without the other. Like they can't hoard all these studios and make everything exclusive, because at some point they're going to get shut down. Like even in like at some point, like, oh, they own too many studios, they consolidate everything into the Xbox. Now nobody else can sell anything. Like they would get shut down at some point. They get broken up by governments at some point if they did that. Like you just can't have it.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's the idea of doing that is crazy.
So
like
too many studios and too much money.
Yeah,
I want them to keep growing. I want them to keep buying. I want them to keep putting more and more shit into my Game Pass subscription. That's what matters to me. That's it. That's the end all be all. I want the games, and those games go into my subscription, and I'm a happy camper. Any other form of that is bullshit. Like I don't want any change in that way. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and continue on here. We got another part to this that's going to be more towards the moves that she's making already that we weren't quite expecting. It's been a week and she's already kind of doing stuff. But before I do any of that, I do have, and I'm sorry for you guys having to wait. The homie Mac22TH54 to build that $2 super chat. Appreciate you, homie. Says PlayStation is literally the creator of the Drive avatar. The Drive avatar. Obviously, we were talking about AI being able to take over and play your game. What do you mean the Drive avatar?
I think something about Gran Turismo. You can have your avatar race for you for like those like 300 lap races. You can just have your you can have your avatar, like, because some of the races like 300 laps, 500 laps, like it's like crazy amounts. So you have your avatar actually race for you for a period. Like you can like walk away and it'll keep it up.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. I know Forza created the avatars that you play with other people, and they learn from the actual people that that they're named after, but I didn't know Gran Turismo had some shit like that. Well, thank you, Mac. Appreciate you. I did not know. And then we got Zimmy in the building. What's up, fam? With that with that $2, which I appreciate you, homie. He says Ninja Gaiden 4, the Two Masters DLC looks amazing. Oh yeah, I saw people talking about it. I didn't get to see it myself.
Yeah, I think it releases on the 5th. It might already be out, but I thought it released on the 5th.
Nice. I gotta take a look for sure. And then shout out to the homie Cage being a member for 20 months, man. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much, bro. All right, so let's switch over to wait. Is it this one?
The Two Masters DLC releases March 4th. Which is
tomorrow.
So I thought like tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? That's it.
All right. Let me get this because I thought that was going to be smooth. All right, here we go. All right, so I'll take a little chapter here. All right, so Asha is not waiting to make moves. Okay, the new Xbox CEO is ready and willing to make some waves. And Jez at Windows Central, he put up this article, is by Adam Hales. And it says, Xbox's new CEO moves fast as major marketing hires could signal a strategy shift toward life cycle strategy, franchise focus, and more structured campaign execution. CEO Asha Sharma moves to hire 2 senior marketing leaders, potentially signaling a shift in Xbox marketing strategy. Says somehow Xbox and marketing never quite felt compatible. While Sony rolls out global campaigns for PlayStation, erecting large physical installations across major cities to promote its IP, Xbox often leans on smaller scale partnerships, whether that is energy drinks or just Master Chief on the side of a bus. If you couldn't tell, I have long been disappointed with how Microsoft promotes its games. The effort has often felt minimal, and that extends to Xbox consoles as well, where marketing has been underwhelming while Sony continues to dominate in many regions. That said, things may be shifting. A new CEO brings a fresh perspective, and even within her first week, we are already seeing movement on the marketing front. New roles are being hired, and that alone suggests a change in priority. So what exactly are those roles and what do they tell us about Xbox direction? Well, before we even read it, I mean, that is a pretty clear statement that's being made, right? It's if you come in your first week, you're saying we got to hire some new marketing people. Clearly you have a desire to make some changes, right? So says a marketing reset for Xbox, or am I being too hopeful? The 2 new roles include publishing and lifestyle marketing leader, Xbox Game Studios, and senior product marketing manager, Xbox first party games. While both sit within marketing, they serve different functions. Starting with the publishing and life cycle marketing leader, this role is responsible for developing and executing how Xbox communicates with fans across devices and ecosystems. That means looking at the entire journey from attracting new players to keeping existing ones engaged. The job description makes it clear this is not just about launch campaigns. It focuses on life cycle marketing, covering acquisition, retention, and ongoing engagement across devices. So it sounds like what they're trying to do is take a game, have a release, and not just put it on the back burner and say, now we're just going to market the next thing, right? This looks more in line with the idea of them continuously pumping into a game or having a strategy for the entirety of the game's release and, into the future of the game being out, as opposed to, again, just letting the game come out. Because I got to tell you, man, that's one of the biggest problems that Xbox has with so many games releasing is that once one game comes out, there's only so much time before the next one starts fucking ramping up, right? And the marketing for that starts ramping up. And then all of a sudden, you kind of forget the other one, right? You forget the last game that came out because you're now focused on just the new one. And it is important because there are new people coming into the ecosystem, whether it's Xbox or PlayStation or Nintendo, all the time. And there has to be something to be saying, hey, remember, we came out with this game. This game is not done being sold because a new game came out. You know what I'm saying? We want to keep marketing this. So it shows her intention right off the rip, right? Again, brand new. She's looking at the landscape. One of the first things she does is put in to hire someone who is going to walk alongside these games, who is not going to just launch a game and run away, but instead they're going to go ahead and continuously market it. And again, I see the chat talking about Xbox tax and does like people don't care because it's Xbox, and that's true. But again, the games are not only releasing on Xbox, and this is where this comes into play, because they will care when PlayStation is showing the ads going forward, when Nintendo has the ads going forward, right? This is something that you can go ahead and pump more and more of the marketing into, so that you can keep this engagement. Because again, if you believe in your games and you say to yourself, we have some fantastic fucking games, the game's good today, the game's good next week, the game's good 6 months from now, the game's good a year from now. You can't just let the game come out and just say, okay, well, that one's done, on to the next one. Right? People scroll on Twitter and on their Instagram and all these things, and they see a whole bunch of shit. So there's no reason why they can't see your newest game coming out and also marketing for one of their older games that came out not too long ago, right? Or years ago, right? There's no reason to stop that, right? So I think that that's a smart move to kind of invest in that for sure. And then next up is the senior product marketing manager role, which is more specific in scope. It focuses on leading go-to-market efforts for a beloved RPG franchise. Well, this sounds like they're hiring for Fable. I mean, I think this one is pretty clear. Helping shape the next chapter of a globally recognized series and connecting it with millions of players. Unlike the broader lifecycle position, this role centers on a single franchise. It involves working closely with studio teams throughout development, influencing milestone reviews with marketing insight, and leading integrated global campaigns across console and PC. The listing highlights audience segmentation, positioning, brand strategy, and performance marketing across the product lifecycle. In simple terms, this is about defining how the game is presented to players, who it is targeting, and how that message carries from reveal through launch and beyond. And I really do think it's Fable at this point. Unless, to be fair, Fable's already is in the pocket, right? Like Fable is already coming. So maybe they're talking about Elder Scrolls. Maybe they're trying to ramp up that idea, because I know some people went ahead and believe that Elder Scrolls might not be out till 2028 or 2029, which is a possibility. But I always kind of earmarked it for 2027. Now that may not be the case, but if it is Elder Scrolls that they're hiring for, that may be, closer than we think, because at the end of the day, we know Bethesda is not huge on marketing for a long time. They normally want to be pretty close to release. So, I mean, who knows? It's a possibility. But either way, again, week 1, Xbox CEO Asha Sharma is out there already scoping the landscape and saying, okay, one of the big things that has been talked about, where people crying out in these streets, was Xbox marketing. Well, it seems like she was very quick to be able to kind of come to the conclusion that one of the things that needs to happen is games come out and the marketing needs to keep going, especially with how many games they're releasing, right? They can't let one game destroy the momentum of another. They need to have games that are coming out in like perpetuity, like they're both out, right? Once the game releases, it's still out there. So keep marketing. I think it's smart, and it's clear that she's, already came to that conclusion within a fucking week. That's what we want to hear. That being said, obviously you guys heard me. Broke Boy, what do you think about the idea that Asha is already out there making moves and looking to make big changes to their marketing?
And she's definitely hitting the ground running, sounds like. Excuse me. Choked up talking about Asha.
Yeah, the emotions. I get it. They hit different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They hit different.
You say, I like that she's hitting the ground running, because, I mean, even you agree. I mean, most Xbox people agree that marketing was definitely the downside of Xbox's messaging. They were not doing too much with it. So, but yeah, that's where they need to start. Like I said, they've got to find some way to get the news out there more than just what they've been doing. I mean, how often do you see anything about? Somebody else mentioned it before. How often, when a new game comes out, do you see them actually go out and advertise it? You'll see the YouTube ads, which I know is a prominent thing because obviously everybody watches YouTube almost. But as far as commercials in street or advertising stuff like that, you don't see a lot of it. So hopefully these positions will notice that and get to work on it.
Well, I mean, obviously it's a balance, right? I don't think this hire means that they're going to, start spending a shit ton of money on marketing for everything.
I'm not saying that.
You know what I'm saying? Like TV, billboards, fucking shit hanging out, like that Resident Evil. You saw that Resident Evil ad? That shit looked crazy. Yeah. That billboard with the fucking hands coming out of windows and shit. That shit was sick, right?
Anything is better than what they've been doing. That's the way I look
at it. I mean, obviously every game has its projection, right? When they think a game can do or will do a certain amount of money or a certain amount of sales or shit like that, they'll scale the marketing to meet that. But I think that
Doom last year marketed along with a WWE event.
Exactly, right? So they'll do different things for that, but I think it's less about the grandeur of it, and more so about making sure that these things are still moving, right? Like they're still having word put out there. Because again, if you scroll Twitter, like you don't see Halo Infinite fucking advertisement anymore, right? They move past it. You don't see fucking advertisement for even Doom until now that they are talking about the DLC that supposedly is so big it's like a sequel, which is crazy because that's what they did for Eternal, right? That's what Eternal was, like a sequel or some shit like that, or something like that. Some not a sequel. It was supposed to be a DLC. I forget. Remember, one came out and then the other one came out real quick, or was coming out real quick, or they showed it real quick. I forget what it was.
Can't remember.
But I feel like Doom was one of them that they were working on a DLC, and the DLC grew too big, so they just made it a new game.
Well, I mean, they did that. They did that with Modern Warfare 3.
Well, yeah, but that was a half-ass version of it versus Doom. Was a full-size game. Doom Immortal, yeah, I think that's what the one. Maybe I don't fucking.
That was Doom Immortal. Was that the mobile game? That wasn't the mobile game, was it?
Yeah, we got Kuga here. Appreciate you, man. Says the statue from the Game Awards last year is one example of great marketing. It was, but that was for me. You're right, but it was a waste of marketing for me because that was not the game. The way they had it, it wasn't ready. Like it was way too much for what they showed us, right? Like they needed to show us something that was ready to go, not what they ended up showing us. That was just crazy, and that was way too. I didn't even like that fucking that trailer. That's from the people who made Baldur's Gate, right? They have like that new game that they're working on. That's
that's them. Divinity or something like that. Yeah, that trailer they had was a little much.
It was too much. It was too much. Like
even the simulated sex scenes that they had in the middle of it.
Yeah. It was
actually. I don't think it was simulated either.
Yeah. That was too much for me. So I mean, there's a balance, but yeah. Listen, for me, it's definitely a positive.
I think Fillmore answered your question about Doom, by the way.
Who, Fillmore?
Yeah.
Doom Eternal, the Ancient Gods Part 1 and 2. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, they were like supposedly really big things or whatever, but yeah. And Farrell, what are your thoughts on this, bud?
I'm not a person that watches a ton of TV, so I don't feel like I'm in a place to criticize Xbox's marketing. But I will say that now that they are have a strategy where they are releasing to every platform, I do think that their marketing strategy needs to shift away from Game Pass just being the marketing vehicle, because not every platform has access to Game Pass. So I think that they probably do need to have stronger marketing on select titles that they're releasing that makes sense. Like it's going to PlayStation. PlayStation needs a different type of marketing than an Xbox customer needs, and I think that that's kind of what we're seeing is that like now that they're going to other platforms, they're going to have to market these games better, and they also can't have like a month like they had in October where they released Keeper, Ninja Gaiden, and Outer Worlds 2 back to back and not have strong marketing in a way that, at least Ninja Gaiden and Outer Worlds 2 have a chance to both really thrive with good marketing. So I think that's something that they need to look at to make sure that their games sell as much as they can, especially on these other platforms.
I agree. And that's kind of the fact that they have now these games going in other places. You're absolutely right. They have to make sure that they're putting it out there, right? They have to, because then it's all for naught, right? If they're not marketing them, then why even put them over there, right? So I think that's a great point, for sure. I mean, before we move on from Xbox and what they have going on, we've covered it quite a bit actually with the different statements and the different things that have been going on, and obviously over here at On Point we're very hopeful for the future, very excited for this future. I think that having new blood right now is a great choice. I think that it's something that is needed. I think having somebody who's going to be, respectful of what was built, but also not afraid to make moves and changes that are necessary. That I think is something that is huge, and it's 100% something that Xbox needed. And I'm very, very excited to see where this goes. And it's just, it really makes me feel good to see that the moves are being made, right? The moves are being made. They're already starting. They're not waiting. And that's kind of what I was alluding to, Farrell, before when you talked about we're not going to really see stuff that she does for a couple years. And I feel like there's just so many places that she's going to be able to have impact, now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just talking about like the games, the cloud, like the infrastructure. On an infrastructure level, we're just not going to see. Business wise, of course, there's plenty she can do, but like the core bones of what Xbox is currently, like we're not going to see major changes there. It's going to take some time.
I'm not going to say who, but the Starfield rumor hit recently or yesterday too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
there was this one of the PlayStation guys was like, yeah, see, she said, I hear you when you said games exclusive. Like, that's just fucking idiot. That's dumb. They're going to put all the resources and money in the game, and she's going to walk in her first week and say, fuck it, get away, kill it.
Yeah.
And they said the same thing. They said the same thing another one said the same thing about Fable. I'm like, they put too much money in these just to come back and say, never mind.
Just know who you're listening to, right? Like when you're sitting there having ponies who are talking shit, right? And for them, they think that this is a W for them, right? They still do. And it's crazy that they still do. Like the stuff that we were saying and have been saying is all still true, right? When Xbox puts a game on PlayStation, they're taking dollars they never would have gotten. They're feeding these people who have no first-party games coming in any rational amount of time every year, right? Every year they have barely games coming out, and Xbox is hitting them with games. And you know what? They're buying them. They're buying them. They're playing them. Xbox is making more money. The names are getting out there. It's becoming a thing. These people think that it's a W that they have to buy the games. It's like, first of all, we get them in Game Pass day one. If you're an Xbox Game Pass subscriber, there's no comparison to what's taking place here. Like, I get my games as part of my subscription. You got to buy them. Maybe you spending money to you is not a major thing. Cool. I mean, I spend money, but it's on a subscription. But I mean, let's just face facts. The stats show us that you're only buying 1 or 2 games a year over there on PlayStation.
And
Like, that's just the facts.
and also, I mean, if you really look at PlayStation, if PlayStation's games were having the success that they're having, are you getting the games that you're currently getting? Are you getting like a reskinned Returnal next month? Are you getting a 2D God of War? I'm not even saying that God of War isn't doing well. I'm not insinuating that Ragnarok didn't do well. But if, as a whole, if PlayStation was doing as good as you thought they were doing, do you really think you would be getting these games that you're getting at the quality you're getting them at? If Concord is a big success, if Marathon's a huge success, if all these games that they tried, if they hit, I'm pretty sure you're not getting the games that you're getting this year right now. Outside, like, you probably get Tokon still, you get Wolverine, but you're not getting a Ghost of Sparta. Like, and if you do get Ghost of Sparta, it looks way better.
Fact.
It's just like you're seeing that PlayStation strategy is not serving them at the moment, and it's not serving the consumer. Nobody at PlayStation is happy with the output. Like, I haven't heard a single PlayStation fanboy like, oh yeah, I love the games we got the last 3 years. I haven't heard that. You might hype up Astrobot,
but Astrobot was gaudy.
Yeah, it was.
We're selling Gotti of all time, and it's a fun game.
It sold like 3 million copies, but that's not what they want. It doesn't matter how good the game it is if you don't want it.
like I said, I didn't play Sons of Sparta, so I can't comment on the gameplay or anything. Mm-hmm. But just looks wise, Towerborn is 50 to 100% better.
You don't need to play that game to know that shit. That shit looks so bad. The game
and Towerborn is like I said, it wasn't a complete side scroller to begin with. I mean, you can do the move up and down portion while you're doing the scroll across side to side. You say in the update, you're actually going around and all kinds of other stuff. You're not just limited.
I'm serious. Like, these ponies cannot throw stones at PlayStation, at Xbox, when they're not getting the games that they want from their favorite console maker. Like, they're not getting those games.
Hot take here. I'm almost tempted to buy Towerborn on PlayStation so I can get some play on it.
Why not? I mean, it all goes into a service of them going ahead and having more people buying their game.
I have to look at the price because, like I said, I did the pre-release beta on Steam even before it came to Xbox. Mm-hmm. Got a couple hours in, but it looks like I said, I've never done pre-releases like that before, but I guess they automatically upgraded me to the game itself.
Gotcha.
That's cool.
I haven't started it to see, but that's what it looks like because even the pre-release now has the full-blown art and stuff on it.
Agreed.
Matter of fact, I think I'm going to install that. That's a good Xbox Ally Steam OS tablet game to play.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do this. Let's shift gears real quick and this is not going to be a long thing, but I wanted to bring it up.
That's what she said.
Damn, not to me. This is all right. So I wanted to bring this up. So let me go ahead and do this. So obviously we talked a little bit about Sony pulling away from PC on Friday. Remember, that's the rumor that's been going on. And there's been a lot of discussion about it, right? A lot of discussion about it. And, the ponies have like quite the view on it. So I thought we can take a quick look at it. So there was a whole like back and forth here. So
you're gonna see some comments for me on that one. On the Porter Rock one.
All right. So I'm going from here. All right. So I'm just gonna. I guess. Oh no, it's Alex was talking to somebody else, and then Porter Rock got involved. But let's just let's just start with no. Oh no, it's Alex, and we'll work our way backwards. He says it's honestly wild how people will champion companies and brands rather than their own time/experience. Facts. Yes, Nintendo should absolutely put their games on PC. Absolutely. Okay. Now, Puerto Rock hops in. Quote tweets him. But we are championing our own time and experience. The problem is you think we should care about the platform you chose. Newsflash, we don't. I bought a PS5. All I care about is the maximum planning and attention towards the PS5. Worrying about your PC does nothing for me. Okay. So he is saying that he's championing his time and his experience about a game that's built on PC and then put on a PlayStation 5. Okay, cool. Let's see where this goes. Banana Man. Alex says, and porting a game to PC has zero impact on you and your PS5. Your games are literally made on PCs, and Sony even bought Nixxes, a literal porting studio. Okay, I mean, makes sense. Nixxes was purchased by Sony for the exact purpose of bringing games to PC. They closed Bluepoint. They didn't close Nixxes. That means that when Naughty Dog makes a game, they make a game, and then Nixxes takes that game and puts it to PC. So it's not affecting anything when it comes to the development of the game. Okay, let's see where this goes. Porter Rock says Sony's strategy, including PC in the equation, impacts me. Time, resource, strategy, all taken away from their core device, the PlayStation consoles. Developers spending months for a PC could be put towards new project for the console. Fam, when they weren't bringing games to PC, you were still getting only 1 to 2 fucking games a year. So how has that changed things for you?
So they can get 1 to 2.5 games a year. Okay.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Instead of 3 years, we'll get 1 to 2.5.
I love how he completely negated the Nix's scenario, right? He just want to dodge that one. What Nexus? What? What's Nexus? I never heard of Nexus.
When you get a chance, scroll through the comments on the Puerto Rock one about that one line that you were reading at first. I can't remember which one it was. It was one of his earlier posts responding to him talking about worrying about the platform I play on or something like that.
Oh, well, he continues
when you get to it.
He's one of two, right? So this was the first fucking statement. Then he continues. Instead of buying Nixxes to port games to PC, they could have bought another studio to make games for PlayStation 5. Instead of buying Bungie to have games across multiple devices, they could have used the money to increase the size of their own studios so they can do more projects for PS5. Interesting. So now what it sounds like is you're complaining about PlayStation's decisions that they've made all up until this point, but I don't remember huge annoyances with PlayStation. Do you? Do you remember big blowups? Did Porter Rock say? I remember. What did he say that he's going to play if the games go somewhere else? He's going to play on Nintendo. I remember that one, where he made that fit, but I don't remember.
He said, yeah, because at least Nintendo has exclusives.
Yeah, but funny because, I mean, games have come to Xbox, games have come to Nintendo, games have been on PC. Every PlayStation game is on PC. that matters, and he's still there. Didn't seem to go anywhere. Did he caveat himself all the time to make himself feel better about the scenario? So he just kept changing it up, dodging and weaving, right? Making it where it didn't have to go. Interesting. Okay, well, I know, I guess, are you in here somewhere, Broke Boy?
One of the earlier comments that you posted was about him saying you want us to care about the platform you choose or something like that.
Gotcha. Okay, well,
basically, I respond. Well, I don't know if you want to keep going through it, so I don't want to jump the gun.
No. What did you respond to it?
When he said that you want me to care about the platform you choose, and basically my response was, you do this shit every day.
Yeah, absolutely, he does. Absolutely,
that's like there was another guy. I don't know if I brought it up before. He was a PlayStation guy, Jeff Bezos, the guy at Amazon. They did an article from him saying the future of gaming will be on cloud, and he responded with, "Us gamers are going to be told when and where to play our games." And I said, "So you mean Xbox? No, not Xbox, because Xbox sucks." So you just negated your whole comment.
Yeah, that's wild. That's really wild, actually. I don't know. I read this and I'm like dumbfounded that people are still doing this. Like, let's be clear. PlayStation put this shit other places because it needs the money. Doubling down on things that make it lose money, I don't think makes a lot of sense. And again, it's easy to say, oh, we're going to slow down on our PC ports when they've literally already brought every single game to PC from PlayStation. That matters. Every single one is there. If you want to have the history of PlayStation, you can do it on PC right now. Every game that matters is there. What do you think? What do you think, Farrell? What do you think about this? Am I silly for looking at it this way? I don't know how people are still doing this. I don't know how he is still doing this, because theoretically, he's a pretty rational person, I think, when he talks about some of the stuff. He tries to use a lot of facts, which I'm big on. I'm a big fact guy, right? I love facts. So it's like I get that. But I think the problem with him is that his facts always talk about console sales, and not the gamer experience, which is what I think Alex was trying to go to before. Like, we have Game Pass, we have all this stuff, but we get 10 games, we get 13 games in a year from our first party. PlayStation doesn't have that. What are your thoughts on this one?
I feel like, Porter Rock is a guy that still wishes we had payphones on every corner. Like, he's kind of more old school in that sense, and he wants to live in a world where exclusives drive consoles, but the market has changed. And it's like, you can have all the console sales you want, but the way that these games sell, the way microtransactions mean nowadays, they mean more than the actual game sales. That's why we have free to play, and why that's so dominant. It's just a different world. In PlayStation, if you really love your PlayStation games, they're not. If what PlayStation was doing worked, they wouldn't change what they were doing. It's obviously not working in a way that they needed to for it to be sustainable, and for it to be a real revenue driver for their company. And as much as you might want it to be, as much as you might love those games, like, they need to diversify. They need to do something different. And, Porter Rock might love those games, but it seems that most of the people who also buy a PlayStation 5 beside you don't, because these games are not selling the way that PlayStation needs them to sell. In order for them to keep doing it exactly the way that you think they should be doing it. So I mean, you got to embrace Sony changing with the times, or you're gonna be, looking on Amazon for a great deal with them like knockoff PlayStations. Like you get a knockoff Sega nowadays that has like 175 games. You're gonna be looking for one of those pretty soon. If
You can be looking for the Soldier Boy. The Soldier
yeah,
Boy.
you're gonna be looking for one of those. You're gonna be looking for one of those if PlayStation isn't able to change with the times and diversify and make the type of games that they need to make.
I just sent you 2 pictures on Twitter. CMoney.
All right, let me see.
I know it's going to freeze you when you do this.
Yeah, I'm frozen. No, I don't. If anything, I know. Wait, hold on. Funny as hell seeing you say that. The problem is you think we should care about the platform you chose, considering you think the same exact way. And then Porter Rock says, no, I don't. If anything, I know you pond scum PC hobos don't give a shit about PlayStation at all, which is why I'm glad they finally woke up and dusting your bum asses. And then you said, oh, what's wrong? Just got shown that you are a complete and total hypocrite. I guess he didn't like that.
Yeah.
No. But you're right? And even his response shows you his emotional state, right? He's all hurt about PC players getting the games. Again, you can't rewind the clock, my friend. Unfortunately for you, all the games are already there. All of them. All of the PlayStation games that anybody would ever think of that matter are there. And that's just the reality. Fucking Fillmore with the bars says PlayStation didn't pivot because they were making so much money from single player games that they didn't know what to spend it on. Oh my god, that's hilarious, but it's true. It's true. This is just some other clownery. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. These people, like, they want so badly to destroy our hobby.
Yeah.
Like, things change. They don't want to let things evolve and change and grow so that we can have more and more. They want to cling to the only persona they have, and it hurts them. It hurts them that they're going to be forced to stop saying the same shit that they've been saying for years. You got to stop saying that, oh, PlayStation has the exclusives, that's why you're going to go there. It hurts them to think that these games go elsewhere. He knows better. He knows it doesn't cost. Fucking Shuhei Yoshida came out and told them that it was a nothing. It cost nothing to bring these games over. Is Shuhei wrong too, Porter Rock? Are we supposed to believe you over Shuhei, who told us that it was basically free money bringing the games to PC?
And Shuhei also told y'all the games don't make enough money, and they will keep remastering it until it does make enough money. They will put that remaster label on it over and over and over again until the game makes enough money for them.
I saw somebody else make a comment. I think it was on one of Porter Rock's or one of the guys' posts saying, you think they're going to do that for a measly $1.5 billion? And somebody responded to him, you realize how much that $1.5 billion could mean to the devs making the games?
What it means to them, motherfucker. 1.5 billion is a huge percentage of their total value.
1.5 billion.
Like, for PlayStation's total value,
you can make 5 Spider-Man games.
Billion is huge. Yeah. It's huge.
You can say 1.5 billion is 5 Spider-Man games.
Yeah.
They lost money on these games. Well, not lost money, but they took a long time to make money on them. Like, this is not, they don't do this shit for funs and giggles. They don't do this shit for you to have a talking point. They do this shit because they're trying to make money. And guess what? You and your peoples don't go and buy these fucking games. Oops.
Another thing I saw somebody say, I hate not being able to remember who actually said it. Somebody or one of them had mentioned, talk about, PC is getting the games taken away. And then one of them said, you said PC players don't support PlayStation games anyway, so how can they be mad about something they don't support?
I mean, it's true. It's true. It's true. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous the way that these people do it. They want to live in the fucking Stone Age, bro. They want to keep this shit all the same. They're so scared of change. It's so wild that this is the reality of where these people are.
And they like to say that, well, we want PlayStation to follow what Xbox is doing. Is that PlayStation doesn't have to follow what Xbox is doing, but they've got to adjust to the times.
Well, I mean, I don't give a fuck what they do. Again, like, to be clear, I've had a PlayStation and I didn't buy Ghost of fucking what the fuck's the name of that game? Yote. Holy shit. I didn't buy it. It's here. Doesn't matter if it's fucking available on PC or not. It's here. I have it. I don't want to buy it. I don't want to buy it. It's not good. It's not good for me. It's not good for me. So I don't want to buy it. So that doesn't mean shit. The game going over there is just going to allow more people to have the chance to possibly buy it.
Well, I think that, I guess, say a lot of them seem to be of the opinion where, well, if we keep it on PlayStation 5, they'll just buy a PlayStation and play the game. PC players
just never buy your game.
PC players who wanted a PlayStation already have a PlayStation, so.
Yeah. Facts. The point is that you put your game everywhere. That's where they're supposed to be, so that the most amount of people can possibly buy them. Shit, I don't even know why. And I mean, I guess I get it because, you know, it's a little harder. But, you know, Capcom is shattering a lot of fucking beliefs. And the real talk about it is that the fucking Switch 2 has Resident Evil 9, right? They dropped it there, and it doesn't look like complete another dog shit, right? They got DLSS, right? They're able to make it look better than the power of the box because of the DLSS that they're using. So like let's fucking go. You know what I'm saying? Like Xbox should be having all their fucking games on the Switch. Why are these games not there, bro? Why are we still playing this game? DLSS will take you all the way. You know what I'm saying? DLSS is cooking. Just fucking use it, bro. Get more money. That's what this is about. I'm sorry. I'm not I've grown past it. All right. Before we move forward, let me go ahead and shout out this motherfucking homie right here. Our boy, Marvelous motherfucking Marvin, not only became a YouTube member, no, our boy became an Inner Circle member. He went ahead and joined at our top tier. Our boy, oh shit, I dropped everything. That would have sucked if it was open. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to our motherfucking homie, Marvelous Marvin. Went ahead, became an Inner Circle member for On Points for Gamer. Shout out to my boy. Y'all know what to do. Put the motherfucking welcome to the family emoji in the chat. Welcome our newest Inner Circle member, our boy, Marvelous motherfucking Marvin. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you, my dude. Really do appreciate the support. Thank you, my friend. Y'all know what you gotta do. If you're a member, go ahead in the chat. Put our boy some FBs in the chat for him. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and hook him up. Now, not to be done there, he went ahead and came back with a $20 super chat. Shout out to motherfucking Marvelous Marvin. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you, my dude. Says awesome live streams and videos. Look at that. That's beautiful, man. Thank you so much, Marvelous. Appreciate you, my dude. Really does mean a lot to us. You the man, bro. Thank you so much, buddy. All right. We're moving on. Okay, let me go ahead and pull it up right quick. Let's go here. Come on.
It's been fun to watch sometimes. Like I said, Porter, I call me that PC hopo or whatever it was. I mean, I've had threads where I've been called a pony and a Xbot in the same threads. It's fun to watch them sometimes.
Well, they don't know what else to say, right? I mean, the reality is that the fear is the fear of what they have going on and feeling like they don't know if things are going to change and how would they pivot or change, or if they don't have exclusives, are we going to go ahead and and make it a place where nobody wants to watch us or talk to us because we were only about exclusives and that's the only conversation we know to have in console sales. Like this is a fear that these dudes have. It sucks for them. But maybe if they didn't build their audience based off of this stupid shit, maybe they wouldn't have to worry about that. But you know, it is what it is, I guess. All right. Let me go over here. I got this ready. Okay, here we go. I have the ants, the next chapter. All right. Let me get. Oh, I know I'm frozen. I forgot. God damn it. Gotta go here. Let me get this out. Then I'll go here. Come on. There we go. All right. So let me take this chapter. All right. All right. Well, you hate to see it. We talked about it right on the exact moment the game was revealed. And we said that this game would be DOA, not because of a personal vendetta against the developer or against the game, but because we have eyeballs and we have a little bit of understanding of what's going on in the gaming industry right now. And we were all able to see that Highguard wasn't long for this world. Well, after firing most of the studio and promising us that they were still going to work on the game, they're just going to be more nimble. Unfortunately, that did not play out. And Highguard is going to close. Highguard put out this tweet. Highguard's final update arriving soon. Thank you for playing with us. By the way, what is this new thing? Do I not understand this? Is there a way to do like articles on Twitter now?
Yes, you can do. You can write your own articles on Twitter as a Blue member. Yes.
So I could just decide that I'm going to write an article and put it on Twitter.
Don't give Nib any ideas. Stop right now.
No, I'm just thinking that might be cool. Might be cool to do. You know, I don't know. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Well, either way, Highguard's final update arriving soon. Thank you for playing with us.
Less than 4 weeks longer than Concord? No, 3 weeks longer than Concord?
Concord was 12 days. So, yeah.
I think it's like, 2 weeks and change. Today, we're sharing difficult news. We have made the decision to permanently shut down Highguard on March 12th. Since launch, more than 2 million players stepped into Highguard's world. You shared feedback, created content, and many believed in what we were building. For that, we are deeply grateful. Despite the passion and hard work of our team, we have not been able to build a sustainable player base to support the game long term. Servers will remain online until March 12th. We hope you'll jump in with us one more time to show your support and get those final great matches in while we still can. The team is excited to release one final game update to enjoy in the remaining life of the game. We'll be adding a new warden, a new weapon, account level progression, and skill trees. Bro, why? Why are they doing that? This is not just creating more pain. Like, I'm not laughing at them.
This is what we could have been.
It just sounds so stupid to say that, hey, we're literally closing in less than 10 days, but here's an update with a new warden, new account level progression, skill trees. Who's going to play this shit long enough to do any of this shit? It's crazy. Full patch notes are coming, and we're targeting tonight or tomorrow morning for patch release. From all of us at Wildlight, thank you for playing, for supporting us, and for being part of Highguard's story.
I guess they're doing it just because, hey, we've already built the stuff, so let's throw it out there.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just, this is wild. This is the thing. Again, I'm not celebrating their failure. You know, I wish their game found the audience that people were loving it and people were playing it. So I'm definitely not, you know, happy that it happened. Um, but I mean, we absolutely knew that it was going to happen. And it's not because the game wasn't competent. I didn't like it when I played, but other people did. It's that no matter what you do, I don't know what has to be seen. These people, I don't know what there has to be a syndrome that can be like credited for this, but like this idea that all right, here's a good example. It's like when a woman or a man like marry somebody that cheated on their significant other to be with them and then think that, oh, they cheated on them, but they'll never cheat on me. You know what I'm saying? Like this idea that you are better than the others. So you are going to go ahead and be the one to make it, be the one to survive it. And listen, you know, I understand that there's a lot of game companies out there who play a game and like, man, this game is really cool, but I can make it a little different. And clearly, people will leave them and come to us. I just don't know when these people are going to start to realize that the bubble has burst. There's two, unless you're creating a different genre completely that has no affiliation with the Fortnites or the Overwatches of the world or the, you know, Marvel, or you have the IP like Marvel Rivals. Like, let's be clear. If you strip the IP from Marvel's Rivals and you just call that Hobo's Rivals, that would be a failure. Okay. I promise you. If you take out, if every person looked identical, every character, you made the exact copy of the characters, but the emblems were different because they can't be the actual emblems on the uniform or on their costumes, that game would fail. The game would fail. There's nothing special about that game that makes it better than the other game outside of Marvel. Marvel is the selling point, and they made a competent game, right? So the game's good, but Marvel is the thing that carried it, right? Highguard's good. If this was Marvel's Highguard, this might have had a chance. Okay. If the characters you played on were Marvel characters, this might have had a chance.
Ooh, I got a name for that game too. It just hit me. Marvel's Asgard.
Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Right. That would have worked. Right. But that's the point. Right. The big guys are already ingrained. And I'm not saying no one can ever challenge them. I'm not. You can challenge however many times you want. But you should not challenge if your entire studio relies on this game being a success. I'm sorry. This cannot be your first swing. This cannot be your first swing. It has to be one of a bunch of other games. Like if Capcom said, you know what? We're going to try to make a hero shooter and all the heroes are going to be Capcom characters that you know and love, and we're going to do it. Yes, take the swing. Now, they may fail, but you know what's not going to happen if they fail? Capcom's not going to go under. Okay? Capcom's not going to close its doors. Capcom is going to go ahead and keep making Resident Evil and Onimusha and Monster Hunter. They are safe. So they can take a risk if they want to risk a shit ton of money and see what happens. But Highguard, Wild Card, or whatever the hell their name is, that's it. It's not it, bro. You just can't. You can't. Listen, it could be fun. It could be. Yes, I'm not denying it. It wasn't fun for me, but it could be for other people. The point is that other people already have games that are fun to them. They already do. They already do, man. I don't know what you guys are trying to accomplish here. I don't know. You're not creating a new space. There's already hero shooters. People already are happy with them. You know, how many battle royales tried to come out and didn't? Only the ones that were different enough and they were early enough on stuck it around. But outside of that, it's not. And let's be clear, like
Overwatch relaunch did well.
Yeah, but Overwatch was the king.
But then you have, what was it? Splitgate tried twice and failed.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And now, especially with Overwatch having this like resurgence, just who knew dropping the 2 would change everything for them. But yeah, look, Trey Bone talk about that game Spellbreak. Dude, there's games that come out, good games come out all the time. That doesn't mean they're going to be successful. And I'm sorry, like, I don't know when we moved away from this idea of releasing a full game and then having a multiplayer component. Why couldn't they think of a cool story to tell for Highguard that was a single player game and then have a multiplayer component that was this mode? Get people in with the single player game that everybody was excited for because you made something really cool and unique and different, and then get them hooked on your multiplayer because they liked your single player game already, and maybe there's a chance to build it.
It wasn't the studio, but is that, I mean, the devs from Titanfall 2, the devs from Titanfall 2 or the first Titanfall, didn't they do that?
Well, they're not the studio.
Well, it's not the studio, but I mean, a lot of people in the
studio. Some of the people work on that, but you're not going to associate the two. Nobody's thinking.
They already played the 2 when they made the announcement from the devs of Titanfall.
Yeah, and then they took it out because the EA probably slapped them up. The point is that they can't go ahead and just release it thinking that they're special enough. You know what I'm saying? If you want to work with this type of stuff, if you want to work in multiplayer, you have to figure out how to partner with a studio, partner with someone who's making a single player game and say, let us attach to it and be the multiplayer portion and work out a rev split or something like that so that there could be something there. I don't know the answers, man. What I'm saying is that this is not the answer. This is not the answer. And look, I've played a bunch of games. You know, I've went to the Summer Games Fest and played some, you know, cool battle royale games. You know what I'm saying? That if they sit me there and say, hey, try this game out, it's like, yo, this is pretty cool. But like, is it going to be huge? Is it going to take out Fortnite or PUBG or Apex, which is really the holy trinity of battle royale? And then of course you have Call of Duty, which, you know, they have their own battle royale shit that is huge that people play, right? So like, is it going to make anyone stop playing any of these games to go play your game? I don't think that they will. And it sucks. It sucks because I met a lot of cool people and like a lot of cool devs. And it's like, man, like this game is really good. You know, it's really good. A really unique game. And then it's like, but who's going to stop? Who's going to stop playing for that? I just don't see it, bro. I didn't see that. Oh, you know what, Cypher, you have a good point, but the problem is that the game sucked on both sides. He says, CMoney, didn't they try that tactic with Crossfire X? That's exactly what they did. But I think I
like Crossfire X.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many people play that game or how many. I know I tried it and it wasn't like that great, right? I wanted to like the single player because Remedy did it. But it was, you know, not really a thing. I played it for a little bit and then I stopped. I don't know why.
Another game the PlayStation guys like making fun of and not realizing that Babylon's Fall lasted less time than it did.
Yeah, I mean it's stupid, but this is the truth. It's true. Treybone says he got all the achievements in Crossfire.
They weren't hard. It was win matches, play matches, and headshots. I think that was it. 1, 25, 50, and 100. I think that's what the achievements were.
So I think I remember now with the problem with Crossfire X. I think Remedy didn't make them all, right? Like there was multiple single player scenarios, and you had
Two
to
studios.
like it wasn't on Game Pass, right? Like you had to buy.
I think it was.
the
'cause
Remedy one.
I didn't buy it because I think I played it on Game Pass.
Yeah, but I think the Remedy one was like an expansion or something. Maybe I'm mistaking it, or I'm misremembering it. But yeah, it wasn't. There was something about it that made me stop. It's
Smilegate.
crazy. Oh.
Smilegate had part of it.
Yeah, Smilegate. Yeah, they had part of it, and that part wasn't good.
Then Microsoft
Raiden Blade, man. Appreciate you, my dude, with that $2 super chat. Appreciate it. It says just jumping in. It's 4:10 in the morning. What's new? Holy shit, Raiden Blade. Appreciate you, man. We're just talking about Highguard being hard.
He must be over in UK in that area.
He also re-upped his membership. Appreciate you, my dude. He is. Raiden Blade's the man.
Yeah, I think Microsoft worked with them on the multiplayer, but then when they saw how bad it was turning out, they kind of backed out of it.
Yeah, I don't know. It was supposed to be a big deal because it's big in another country. But Remedy was supposed to do the single player part, but I think Remedy phoned that shit in. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a Remedy joint. You know, it wasn't some amazing experience because I played fucking Quantum Break and that shit was amazing. And this was definitely phoned in. This was reminiscent of the old. Say it again.
I got it. I think 3 chapters into Quantum Break. I never finished it.
Oh my god, Quantum Break is amazing. You got to go back.
I need to do. I started on that one. Got about 3 chapters in. I got a couple of hours into Rise. I need to get back to that one. Finish it up too.
Jesus, yeah, you really do. And look, I'm gonna hit Treybone right here. He says X Defiant is the one that hurt me. Damn it, Ubisoft. This is the thing. And look, this is the problem, man. It's not that games can't be made that are cool or good. Again, the battle is not whether you make a good game. The battle is whether or not people will leave the games they play to stay with your game long term. And what we've seen are that people will leave their game, go play your game for a while, and then go back and forget about your game. And that's a fundamental problem, bro. It's a fundamental problem.
Something that I saw, like I say, I shall bring up the game that now used the Jedi mind trick. You have never heard of this game. It never existed. Concord, everything I read about it technically was a good game. It just came out 5 years too late, charged $40, and there were better games that were free to play. And people didn't like
the characters were the thing that killed that game, bro.
But as far as technical aspects of the game, it was pretty good.
Technically, it was fine. I mean, it wasn't exciting to play. I didn't like the feel of the game, which is so important, man. Like, look, it takes me 5 seconds to know whether or not I enjoy the feel, right? Like the movement immediately, right? Like,
well, I've been playing and having fun with Fragpunk, and I just found out.
Fragpunk is a good game.
The other day said it's getting ready to leave Game Pass. I'm like, it's free to play, so I think it's free to play. But you said it's leaving. I think if it's leaving Game Pass, it's probably losing all those Game Pass perks that it had, like all the open characters and everything.
Yeah. Duck of Death says, I completed the first Crossfire X campaign on Game Pass. It was like a third-party Xbox 360 game with better graphics. Yeah, see, there was one on Game Pass, I think, and I remember I had to like buy the other ones to get remedies. That's what happened, and that's was stupid as fuck.
Because I didn't do the campaign. I did the multiplayer. Like the multiplayer had simple achievements for it.
Yeah. Wade Johnson says, my wife is literally playing Quantum Break on her ROG Ally right now. That shit is fire, bro. Just tell her don't be disheartened at the end, because the last mission, I don't know if they've changed it. In the interim of when it first released to now, it's been fucking when did that game come out? 2014? So like 12 years. It's crazy how good that game was.
2016, because that's the game. That's the game. Crap Gamer broke down with Phil saying, "I'm not buying an Xbox. Sucks. You're putting my games on PC."
Yeah, that's some clown shit. So yes, it was that game. 2016 is like 10 years, man. Phenomenal fucking game. Sometimes I want to go back and play it because it's so good. No, I'm not spoiling. I'm just saying that people had a lot of problems with the boss. It was a pain in the ass. I don't know if it got patched and fixed and made easier or better, but people really hated the final boss. So if she gets there, don't let it ruin it. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that experience ruin it for her. It's so good. Treybone, I agree. They need to stop saying made by the studio that made this. Facts, because it's not. It's not. It's a few people, and
I think it was Highguard. There's one of them things made by the
Apex and Titanfall.
Made, but then it's like, well, stop comparing it to Apex. No, it was the Code Violet people, because they had called their game the spiritual successor of Turok. And then everybody started comparing it to Turok, and they said it's not Turok, it's its own special game. Then don't call it the successor to Turok.
Facts. Facts. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I mean, look, I just think that this entire scenario is kind of fucked. I think you need to be out of live service. I think live service needs to go away as a only this is what my game is. I think if you create a single player game that's a story driven game that's really good, and then you attach a multiplayer that you want to see that can possibly grow depending on how it does, that is the way that makes sense, right? Like, I feel like back in the day, if live service was a thing, I feel like Naughty Dog would have had something with Uncharted, right? Because the multiplayer for Uncharted was really good. I remember playing it a whole bunch. So if that was a time where they were having live service and they were like, okay, cool. Well, guess what? We're doing a new map or new season or whatever, and you just kept it going. I think you could have kept that going for a while. Same thing with factions, right? With Last of Us. If live service was a thing and they went ahead and made that and they saw how popular it was, they could have built from that moment something sustainable for the amount of people that they had playing that game, and they could have done something bigger with it, but they didn't. And that's why all those things are gone to the history books. Okay, so that being said, that's what I think about it. I do want to talk another angle of it in a second, but I do want to get you guys' thoughts on this. Broke Boy, just the Highguard saga from shown at Jeff Keighley's to today, Gone with the Wind. What do you think about the Highguard saga and what took place?
I never played it, so I can't give criticisms on the game itself.
No, that's fine.
The problem I saw that happened with it, and if we're going to talk about Marathon later, I don't want to jump into that one, is this game lost players too fast. Because, I mean, it had the most players when it launched, and just steadily over the time of the game, the first weekend, it just kept dropping players. Started off with 100-some thousand, and then I think the last time, I think now it's sitting like 600 or 700. But I mean, it dropped that fast the weekend it came out. Plus, what also hurt them is they didn't have a beta for it. They just went straight to release. So, as far as the gameplay, like I said, I can't comment on that. But it also brings into question that, I think I mentioned that to you before, brings into question that article where the studio head said, it doesn't matter if we have a million or 1,000 players. It's for the players who love the game. Well, I guess in the end, it really did matter.
Yeah, I don't think he put a number on it, but he definitely put an idea of like, we don't need a huge amount of players. We just need.
I've got the headline here. Hang on a second, I can pull it up. He said, Highguard Dev's head says it doesn't matter if the game reaches 1,000 or 100 million people.
That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
He said a fucking number.
He said numbers. He said as long as people love our game.
Well, I think in his mind, when he said if we have 1,000 people, there's 1,000 people who are buying skins every day. I think he assumed that by love that they were going to be spending money, and that didn't quite, play out. Farrell, what do you think about this whole thing, bud?
I mean, it's been a while since I thought Highguard, the whole final update thing. I mean, it's unfortunate, I don't think this game ever really had much of a chance. I don't think, like, I know a lot of people say like just the spotlight it got at the Game Awards killed it. Maybe it did, but I mean, I don't see this. I don't see Highguard as a game that would have built a base over time. Like if it had a more, I guess, humble launch where it didn't have a bunch of hype behind it. And I mean, just chasing the live service dragon, I feel it's such a risk and such a mistake in a lot of ways for a lot of these companies, especially the smaller ones. I really just feel like I always thought the live service thing should be you make a complete game first and then you build out and make your live service offer like Rockstar did. Like Rockstar, they did it with, Grand Theft Auto 5. It's a complete game first.
Exactly.
And then you introduce multiplayer elements later. They did the same thing with Red Dead. Red Dead released first, and then they released, live service elements later. I think that's the way to go. You make a game to be whatever it is that you kind of want it to be, and then later on you introduce live service elements and you see what kind of legs that game has. But when you do that, at least the game has a chance to survive and a chance for you to like gain some meaningful sales leading up to you releasing that live service component. I think that's probably the main way that it should go nowadays. And I think we're seeing a lot of, we spend a lot of time talking about PlayStation, with Marathon coming out and, some of the other games that they released. And I think that's where they kind of fell short. Like we look at something like a Concord. Concord looked like it had this fantastic story to it, where he had like these compelling characters, but you don't get to play with any of those characters. And then the game comes out and the characters they give you look, kind of janky and things like that. Like there's a path forward towards making a live service game, and a lot of these companies are just not built to build a live service game from the ground up and just be like, oh, here you go, here's the live service game straight up, and then get people to just, jump in and keep a base. So
well, it's because they're banking on the live service to be the hit, as opposed to the game being the hit and the live service being the bonus.
Yeah, it's also one of those things, at least to my thought, is you're talking about the characters. You've got to have some kind of story involved with the characters. I mean, Fortnite, no, it doesn't really have a story to the characters, but the characters. That's where they get ahead. And they do have some stories with all the cutscenes in. As you said, Concord, they gave you all these characters and everything, but when the game came out, you really didn't know much about them. You didn't really have any care for them or anything like that. Like I said, people care about Marvel characters, so that game hit because they know those characters.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed 100%.
So I mean, even Call of Duty Warzone, like I said, the BR there, it's the characters because the characters are coming from the game.
Yeah.
Agreed. We got the homie Forza Legend in the building. What's up, my dude? Thank you for being here, brother. Thank you for that $2 super chat. Says, what's good, fam? Really enjoying Resident Evil 9. What a game. Yo, I'm in the same boat. I'm really, really enjoying it. It's fucking phenomenal. Also, shout out to our homie Forza for being a member for 19 months, re-upping his sub. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you, man. Yeah, it just seems like it's a foolish thing to get into the scenario where you're banking your whole studio on you finding you are the ones who found the magical fucking type of live service game that everybody's gonna flock to. It's like, fam, even if you did make the quality of game, that still does not guarantee people will leave what they're excited for. You know what I'm saying? Leave what they already invested in. You think I'm gonna stop playing Fortnite, bro? I have thousands of dollars fucking sunk into Fortnite, bro. It's not happening.
I think somebody had said it before. Because they only like 1 out of every 10 live service games actually succeed. You've got to be able to stand out. Fortnite was the first. I think Apex was one of the first 3v3s, weren't they? Kind of in that vein.
Yeah, PUBG was the one that made it popular.
Overwatch was one of the initial hero shooters.
They nailed it.
So Call of Duty already had established fan base with Warzone when they brought Warzone. So I mean, it's you've got to have something that's going to stand out.
Yep. And it's but like even if you do though, that time has passed.
Yeah.
The time has passed, man.
So that was
the standing out had to be done when the hustle and bustle was happening. Like right now. Okay. So there is the type of game right now that is still not 100%, I would say, locked in, and that's extraction shooters, right? That's why Marathon is coming out as an extraction shooter, because it's thinking that it can do something to get its own, its own slice of that pie, right? And maybe it can, maybe it will. But there's some pretty big names in this, in that genre. Do you have that Turkov game? And then what's that? Delta Force.
Delta
and then,
Force.
Of course, Arc Raiders, which I think Arc Raiders was the most successful of them all so far. So there's that one. And then now
the other issue again with Concord, like the characters over there. The biggest issue is it came out 5 years too late.
I mean, yeah, this shit was already established. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem, right? The market was already established. The people who like that type of game already had a favorite type of game. They've already spent money. They don't want to leave.
Those games were free to play. They weren't $40.
Exactly. And they think it's a selling point, but they don't understand. Like these people think, oh, well, but it's $40, but you didn't have to buy skins. People want to buy fucking skins. People want to. That's the type of game it is. I want to buy cool shit on top of my purchase. I want to look different or be having different shit, bro.
That's why I'm hoping Marathon makes it. Like I said, it's not going to be because I'm not an extraction shooter, but I hope when they release it, like I said, we've shown they've got a cast of 20 to 30 voice actors. I need to know what those voice actors are doing, because they what 8 shells or operators or whatever. Is there going to be a story somewhere thrown in between?
It's such a waste, because it's just an extraction shooter. If they were saying, hey, we're doing a single player / co-op mode that is a story mode, that's what it is. It's a story mode, and you're going to get cutscenes, and it's going to be, telling a story, and that's the whole game. There's no extraction part of that. And then you can go do the extraction mode separately. Sure. All those voice actors, dope. What are they? I'm excited to see the story. What characters they play. No, we already had this with Concord. Concord already said, oh, we're going to give you story every week. New story every week. I don't give a fuck. I want to play the game when I want to play it, not when you tell me to play it. And if I want my story, I want it now, not some other fucking future where I got to wait. Bro, I don't even watch Netflix shit until it's all there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so annoying to try to dictate. Like, the cat's out of the bag. Once you gave me everything, you can't start pulling shit out. It's just the way it is.
It's a question. I haven't played it because it's not my style of game. Does Arc Raiders have an actual story to it? Or is it just straight extraction?
Arc Raiders does not have a story mode. It is just the arc, but the whole thing is, like, for me, the story makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, the story is the world and what happened and how you got there. And then, you scavenge and you do these missions for these people. And it's a cool thing. And you go out there and then you meet people. It's a fun. They just nailed it. I'm not an extraction shooter fan. And that's to do something that makes me excited. And this one did it.
And I think
it was beautiful, to be clear. Graphically is a stunning experience, right? So it's a beautiful game, beautiful world they made. It's all very cool. This other game, Marathon, does none of that for me. None of that. It's an ugly game. And I don't mean technically they've upgraded lighting and shit like that, but I mean the choice of art style is just not my cup of tea. Everything looks crappy to me when I was playing the game during that server slam.
And Helldivers 2, they hit it. Like I said, Helldivers
ugly, bro.
Yeah, Helldivers
characters look ugly.
Yeah, like I said, and that's kind of how, I mean, Helldivers 2, if you just played the game, it would get repetitive as fuck. but it's the fun that you're having playing with others that makes it a good game.
But that doesn't jive for me. That's why I stopped playing.
I mean, well,
right?
and that's
because
I stopped playing it too because like I said, me and you guys played. I mean, most fun we were having was accidentally shooting each other and stuff.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like that's not a fun game for me. Does that mean that there's fun moments? Sure,
that's what I said.
but those same fun moments I get there, I can get outside with somebody else or go do something else. Like those are just that's not a game that's like, oh man, I want to play. It's like I played solo for Arc Raiders 99% of the time. The only times I played with people was when I did the streams here, and I played one time with my son. But outside of that, I played that shit solo. That's the way I want it, and I experienced it, and I love that experience. And I was able to go out there, and every time I went up, I found people and I would talk to them. And it didn't feel like I was playing with my friends who I'm predisposed to having a good time with. I was meeting up with strangers and supporting each other and helping each other as strangers. And that brought me back to the good old days of Xbox Live, the original, right? When Rainbow Six Vegas or whatever, the first one that was online was out, and it was so cool to just play with people, and it just felt unique and special. That's what Arc Raiders captured for me, right? That's why I ended up falling in love with it. I went ahead and bought it because of the hype. Everybody was hyped about it, and my eyes showed me something that I liked. So I saw what I liked and heard it was great. So I said, put them together. I'm going to get this game. I used my points and I got the game. And I loved it, and I don't regret it.
And
but I'm done with it.
Yeah, and you saw what looked like a genuine hype, not a false hype.
Yes, not a fake hype, a genuine hype. Later on, as the game been out for a little bit, I didn't get it on launch. It was later on, as the game's been out, people still hyping it up. And I was like, fuck it, let's go. This sounds dope. It looks dope. Let's do it. And I fucking fell in love with it. I loved it. It's an amazing experience. I don't even remember, when did that game come out? Last year?
Yeah. I want to say it's like last
Arc Raiders?
October or something.
Yeah, it came out in October,
Yeah.
Like the beta went crazy beforehand, but the official release was like October.
Yeah. No, that shit is fire. So I love that thing. But I'm not playing it anymore, but it's only because I have other shit that I'm playing, and I've gotten my fill of it, and I love it, and I don't regret buying it. But that's the thing, man. Like that's what this is about. It's about creating something that feels special, that feels unique. Arc Raiders did that. Marathon looks ridiculous to me. Oh my God, they're trying so hard, bro. And it's not like if you guys played Rage 2, right? Rage, you remember that game? Rage 2?
Yeah.
It was really good. A lot of colors, purples, yellows, all this stuff. High on Life, a lot of colors. But there's fucking character to the colors. There's the character to the world. It felt exciting being in these worlds. They created something unique and exciting to experience and to play. What I experienced from Marathon and that server slam was not that. The gunplay was not good for me. I don't know. I can't even understand how people try to hype it up. You mean aim, shoot? Sure, that was fine. There's no impact, no feeling of the guns. The look of the guns looks so stupid, bro. Everything just looks so artificial and just, I don't know, uninspired. It was not. First of all, we know they stole the art style from somebody. They stole fucking music from people. There's just so much about that game that's just get that shit out of here. For me, I'm not. I hope people have fun with it, and I hope people like it. I just don't see the vast majority of people doing so. Not for $40, not for a game you have to buy. Not that Arc Raiders wasn't $40, but it was worth it to me. But I don't think there's anything you can see on the scring of Marathon unless you're predisposed to liking Bungie or liking Destiny, or if you're just a PlayStation head and you're like, because they own it, you're excited for it. Only one of those three scenarios are the only ways I can see you actually doing it. Or maybe if you're like, look, I can't speak to the competitive nature of it, right? Like competitions, like esports type deal. I can't speak to that. if people have played it and they feel like it's that type of game that they would have fun playing or whatever, I can't speak to that. It doesn't talk to me that way. So listen, I'm hopeful that there's a world that we live in where that game, survives and doesn't just disappear into the ether. But I also don't know. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my problem with Marathon. I just don't see what it's gonna do. Now, before we kind of bounce out of this, if I go, oh man, that shit took me completely out. Are you fucking kidding me? Hold on. All right, here we go. There's this guy, Jeff Keighley says going offline March 12th. This was that final update. There's that. Wait, I didn't fucking. Okay. I thought I went ahead. Okay, forget it. I thought I did it, but I guess. Okay, well, there's this kind of comment over here. Paul Tess says without TGA, Highguard would have stealth launched with about 10,000 concurrents instead of 100K, and we would still be here today. And then the take is that the Game Awards fucked it up. I had there were some other ones of people who were like basically blaming people, blaming the streamers, blaming everybody. And I think I've already kind of commented on that. I think it's so fucking stupid. But what do you guys think about that? About the idea that Highguard failed because YouTubers or streamers wanted it to fail and push that narrative when in fact it should have stood alive and such. Farrell, do you think that there's any merit to that? Do you think that this is a scenario where Highguard was snuffed out, or was it the Jeff Keighley thing, or where are you sitting with that?
I think there is a slight merit to it in the sense of if it had launched with the perception of it being a smaller game, maybe people give the game a little bit more grace and time to catch up. But I mean, ultimately, you released a game that wasn't ready, and you just didn't have the talent or the time to get the game out in the in the manner that you needed to by the release date that you needed to get it out. And that's ultimately what happened. You had a friend of yours throw you a bone and give you a chance to, be really big if you could hit your mark, and you missed. I mean, you can.
They might have ruined it for multiplayer games in the future. I don't think Jeff is gonna ever end on a multiplayer game again.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, you can't blame
Jeff?
You can't blame Jeff Keighley. You can't blame the Game Awards because ultimately they gave you a chance that you were never going to get on your own. You just weren't ready for the moment. But at the same time, I will agree that had you launched smaller, people may have given you a little bit more grace, but it still doesn't mean that you would be the successful launch of a game that, is, around 5 years from now.
100%. And honestly, I know what Paul Tassi said, that it would have a smaller concurrent or whatever. But honestly, it's as much as they talk shit saying that it didn't matter how many players they had. They just wanted people who loved it. The financial reality was that was not the case. The financial reality was that they needed to make money ASAP. We know Tencent was funding it, but as soon as it didn't, as soon as the dollars weren't coming in after release, they fucking gave it a month and said goodnight. So, Bro Boy, what do you think about this game? The scenario where people are blaming streamers and YouTubers for killing Highguard instead, or the TGAs, instead of blaming the game itself.
I mean, it's common. I think it's kind of a combination of all factors. I mean, Jeff Keighley put a lot of pressure on it to begin with the announcement. Studios, they put, evidently they put, I don't want to say unrealistic expectations, because I mean, even if you saw that studio had that, because he didn't care if it had expectations or not. He just said it's going to be good. It's one of those. It's like we were just talking about. It looked like the hype was fake.
Yeah,
and it's what was it? I saw somebody posted on Twitter. Someone had posted on that. Someone had made a post, and you could tell it was fake because they posted. People bitch and moan because they don't get anything new, and then you get Highguard shit on it.
Yeah. That's another common thing I fucking hear, bro.
Well, the thing is, yesterday or the day before, the same person posted the same thing about Highguard, or not. I mean about Marathon.
It's just stupid. Like, nobody gives a fuck enough about any of this shit to try to take it down. Like, nobody gives a fuck, my dude. What we're telling you is that the game's not good, or game's not good for us. Just because I don't know what this entitlement fucking shit is. Games get made all the time. That does not mean we have to buy them or play them. We're not beholden to the games industry. We're not beholden to game releases. When a game gets released, we don't have to go buy it. Just like our homies in here. I know we've been talking about Resident Evil 9, right? How amazing it is. And all the critics are claiming that it's fantastic. And I have played it, and it's fantastic. That, it's a fucking phenomenal game. But that doesn't mean you need to go run out and buy it. If you're going to buy a game this month, yeah, maybe you should buy that one. It's fucking phenomenal. But it doesn't mean you have to go out and do that. Nobody fucking, like, they don't own you.
And
they don't own us or our time. Just because the game's free to play doesn't mean I have to play that shit.
And it doesn't. It's going back to what we were just talking about. Well, I was talking about. You can tell what they're feeling about it is genuine. It's not, oh, you need to play this because it does this. All you're seeing is we played it, we loved it, it's great. That's all you're seeing. You're not seeing people constantly hound you and berate you saying you need to like this game.
Exactly. And that's the problem, man. This is what these people do, bro. Like, oh, you want new things. And no, nobody said that shit to you. Nobody said we wanted new live service games. Who fucking said that? Who said it? I want to know. Show me the fucking messages from one of us or a major YouTuber who said, man, I wish we had some new live service games. Who? Fucking, I love Halo, and even me, they fucking put out the new thing. Their infinite multiplayer, and I played it for a while, and then I move on. There's only so much I can fucking do. See, I can't play a game forever.
See, I like Halo Infinite, the multiplayer, but like I say, it's one of those. I've got herky jerky hands when I shoot anyway. As I was always doing the. And then
yeah.
So with Halo, you've got to hit a lot of shots in the right spot real quick.
Listen, I love that shit. But once the professionals come out to play, then I'm out.
Yeah,
I can only do it for so long. Same thing with Gears of War, right? But normally for Halo, I have a lot more ramp up time. Like, I play multiplayer for a good amount of time. Like, I play seasons of it and then fall off. Whereas like a Gears of War or something like that, it takes me all of a fucking like a few matches or whatever before I start seeing the wall bouncing. I'm like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not playing that.
With me and my family, when we play, it's start off with about an hour or two of Rocket League, and then jump off that and go to Warzone. But we got tired of getting shit on and freaking, like you said, in the full Warzone match and stuff. We started playing casual. And then it looked like the diehards and streamers started going to casual because they wanted good content.
Facts. Now, let me go ahead and bring Bounty up. He says we need new co-op games. I'm down for a good co-op game, a good story-focused co-op game. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Hazelight, who's leading the charge, making every game they fucking make a co-op game. They go a little too far for me because I need to be able to play by myself as well. I don't like mandatory co-op. I want a game that I could play a co-op, and I don't like forced co-op. So, for instance, the new Call of Duty that came out is co-op, and I played it by myself. That game should not have been co-op.
It's not. It's not co-op. It's another version of multiplayer.
Yeah, I mean, there's a story. There's a game in there that's single. Like I played it single player, so you could definitely play it. It's just they framed the whole thing around this fucking group of people who are not on your screen, even though you're playing by yourself. It's ridiculous what they did. The point is that was forced, right? They are saying, oh, okay, people are not playing the single player, so let's go ahead and fucking make it multiplayer and see what happens. No,
and you remember the excitement that came out when they announced 4-player co-op? Everybody's like, yeah. Then it came out and they're like, ugh.
Yeah, it's just never a thing for me. I always want a single player game, and then you can give me a co-op experience, which is cool. Like I like it back like fucking Halo 1. Co-op was just another Master Chief. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just you again, but you were just playing with somebody. So somebody got to experience your fucking story game that you were playing with you, right? That's what it was for me. You weren't fucking Billy Bob the fucking Spartan. You were Master Chief, just like me, and we were just playing the fucking game. You know what I'm saying? But goddamn, I can't with this forced bullshit, bro. Look, it's funny because single player was like so down in the dumps, but it's like now for me, it's like I want a single player game. If there's a multiplayer experience, fine, but give me a single player game. I don't have time to coordinate with people. I don't have time to be like, yo, you're on, yo, you want to play? No, I just want to play my fucking game when I can play because my time is what I have. I don't want to be on anybody else's clock. So keep giving me single player games that I can fucking play how I want. And then if I can add a multiplayer component to it, like the next Halo gives me another Master Chief, or I get 4 Master Chiefs running with me while we're playing my single player game, fucking great. Love it. But I don't need the co-op players to have a story. Just they're in my story. Show me that fucking one story. That's it. That's it. All right, and then oh my god, that other game that PlayStation's making for Loop. Remember that shit? The people who are making oh my god, that's another fucking trash burger, bro. Fuck. God. It's so bad. So bad. Listen, look, sadly, this is the way that the world is right now. There's a lot of people who are playing these games, but they're playing the same ones, and those games are good. They're not getting played. They're not playing those games because they're trash and they just don't know any better. Fortnite is fun as fuck. I'm sorry, I don't care if you don't like it. It's fun as fuck. Gunplay is dope. They're always changing it. I got new people to buy if I want. There's just so much shit happening all the time. It's a good fucking time. People love that shit. Call of Duty, same thing. People love it. Fucking all these other games. They're not bad games. They're great games, and that's how they got the people to come to begin with. The problem is you can't be just another great game to make them move. It's not going to happen. You have to be in a different genre. You have to create something that changes everything. Oh my God, Fillmore Pockets brought up LFG, Team LFG. Let's fucking go.
Gummy bears.
The fucking frog game. That's crazy. PlayStation is literally the worst, bro. It's literally the worst publishing fucking place ever, bro. They make trash. I don't understand how I do. It's just a legacy. That's all it is. People remember shit, so they buy a PlayStation. It's not for what they have now. We know it. Nobody buys it. Man, they're so bad. All right. Any last words?
When did Stalker 2 come out?
When did what?
When did Stalker 2 come out?
November of
November 24.
Yeah, because it bumped Avowed off his date.
See, I ordered a special edition when it released. I got the game. Look what freaking came in the mail today. A year and a half later, the other part of it.
Hey man, they've been at war. Take a minute.
Yeah,
war mail.
Gotta give them some grace. Gotta give them some grace. But
yeah, like I said, they've had some issues over there. I understand.
Yeah. Well, listen. Good luck to the team who made Highguard. Hopefully, they just completely separate, go to other studios, and don't have to worry about the Highguard legacy following them.
And they can't go back and blame that. Oh well, it wasn't really a thing. It wasn't really just made by these guys. Tencent actually funded it. It's their fault for bringing that up. So it was dead before that happened.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, good luck to those devs. Hopefully they find new jobs and they can fudge their resumes a little bit. And listen, Marathon, vaya con Dios, you know what I'm saying? I hope that it finds an audience.
Are we going to talk about that, or are we done?
I thought we did.
Okay. No, I'll just say I think I had kind of started it at first with Highguard. The only thing that at least gives me some hope for Marathon is the player count. Yes, it did drop, but it did not drop like Highguard did. I think the player count for Marathon dropped down to around 50 at it.
It was dropping about. Well, it had a big drop after the first day, and then after that,
I think it flattened out at around 50.
Yeah, it dropped about.
It never
10 to 15,000.
Every time it went, it was another. Every time the next day it happened, there was less people.
But I mean, the lowest it ever got to was around 50,000.
Yeah, it dropped like 10 to 15,000 a day on average after the first big day. After the first big drop.
And again, the big question is, it was a free to play thing. Are people going to be willing to pay $40 to play it?
I think the big question is, will console players support it? Because I don't think this is going to be a Helldivers 2 situation to where the PC will just carry it.
Did X-Vault buy 3 copies of it?
All right. So I can tell you exactly what happened here. Okay. So the highest point was 143,621. That was on Thursday, the 26th. Okay, so from there, the 27th, it dropped down to 122. So it lost about 20,000 of its players. By the night of the 27th, it was down to 43,000. Right. So then Saturday, the high was 84,373. So it went from 143 to 122 to 84,000. Okay.
And again, we're looking at just like I say, I hate it's one of those things with this, we don't have much choice, but I hate using Steam numbers.
Well, it's been crazy accurate, right?
Well,
like
for a live service game, but I mean,
for a live service,
I hate it when somebody comes and says, "Oh, look, this game's a flop because it only had," as you'll say, like
single player stupid.
About only had 14,000 players. It's a flop.
That I don't care
on
about.
Steam. Like I say, I've always said in regards to PlayStation and Xbox games, Steam is not the primary platform for those first party.
But even if Steam was the primary platform, it doesn't matter how many people are playing a single player game. Is it cool that a bunch of people are so hyped that they're playing a single player game at the same time? Sure, but that means shit. A game sold today, it could sell next week, it could sell whatever. It's a single player game. It doesn't live and die off of how many people are playing at the same time.
Yeah.
But this does. And Steam is a open platform that anybody can log into and download the game and play it. Whereas you have to have a PlayStation or Xbox to play those versions. So this is the biggest market for it. And this is the biggest telling sign if the demo is free to play and people are not interested in playing, right? So
I mentioned to somebody in the chat, it's like the question is, how long will PlayStation give it?
Well, I mean, I don't know. It just depends on what they do. So Saturday went for 84 and it stood it went down to like 36 and then went up a little later to like 70, but 84 was the high. And then Sunday was 68,000. And then it went down to 34, 40, 64, then 50,000 on Monday. Monday went to 50s, and then that's when it ended, but then it went down from there. So it's just 143 to ultimately 50. If the game is popping, if the game's exciting, what do? Do you play more or less? You play more. If it's popping, you keep playing. If it's popping, you're like, oh my God, I can't let this server slam end without me playing it the whole time. And unfortunately, 100,000 people just about started it and said, nah, I'm good, fam.
There always is the remote possibility I'm not going to say it's true. I'm just saying a remote possibility. Some people played it the first night and said, that's all I needed. I'm good.
That doesn't exist for multiplayer.
That's
Yes.
possibility.
Yeah, multiplayer is I'm loving this. I want to play it. I keep playing, so that's what I'm going to continue to do. Especially
when they give bonuses for playing
problem.
because they gave stuff for people getting a certain distance. People said it's not worth it.
Yeah. Well, look, at the end of the day, I'm hopeful. I hope that this trend doesn't equal that the game is going to be dead or gone, because I have a pretty strong feeling that if it does die or if it doesn't do well, Bungie might be gone or might be turned into a support studio.
And that's what I was thinking.
Because they already took Team LFG out of Bungie. Remember, that was in Bungie. They took it out. They took it out and put it in PlayStation. So they already kind of dissected this and didn't really care about it too much. But
you say, and PlayStation will be quick to cancel it anyway because they would rather write it off than let it linger. I put that in the chat to somebody else. They're not going to say, "Oh, let's just losing players."
We don't know how the and they did like a whole thing about seasons and all that bullshit. That doesn't matter. So they Highguard and it went away. So I didn't even want to talk about their plans for this game. But the point is that are they going to just let it live? Even if it dies, like they're not going to spend more money on it. Does the game just stay going? Do they have the ability just to leave it on for the people who are playing? That we don't know. But I'm hopeful that it doesn't go to shit completely.
I would think they give Bungie a year.
Yeah,
it's possible.
I like you guys. Like I say, I don't want to see a studio or a game fail. No, yeah. except for one. I've already put that in chat who that one studio is.
Those other people. But all right. Well, listen, guys, it is what it is. Guys, thank you so much, man. We had a good show. We're gonna leave it here. We'll see what happens with all the other stuff. But guys, thank y'all so much for rocking out with us. Appreciate everybody who's live in the chat right now with us. You guys are the shit. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Of course, my panel, the homie Broke Boy, the homie Farrell. Appreciate y'all. Farrell, why don't you let everybody know where you at, what you got going on, where they can find you.
All right. I have two channels here on YouTube. One is the Vitamin G Podcast. The other is Farrell Bazaar here on YouTube. I will drop the links on the chat. Go ahead and subscribe, and you will be notified when I release content.
Beautiful. Appreciate it. Make sure you go subscribe to this man. So thank you, brother, for being here. And then Broke Boy, appreciate. Look, nobody was giving you. You see, it's funny how people give you shit, but they don't give you praise, right? So everybody was giving Broke Boy shit for his shitty mic. Well, guess what? Broke Boy upgraded. He has a nice mic now. Look at everything sounded great. Congrats. Look at that. Fucking the homie Broke Boy with a mic.
I even have a mixer.
There you go. Let everybody know what you got going on, where to follow you, where to find you.
Do I put it in the chat, the StreamYard chat, or in the other chat?
No, in their chat, in live chat.
Okay, well, I got it wrong last time. You can find me at WLLMLELou on Twitter. Like I said, that's pretty much where I've got. Like I say, I've got a pretty lame YouTube channel right now because I'm not putting a lot of content on it. So
listen. All that matters is that you got it. You know what I'm saying? doing your thing when you can.
I did a little test this morning when I got the webcam and the mic just to kind of see how it works, and I was like, we might go back and try it some more.
Good, man. Well, listen, appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here, guys. Thank you all so much for rocking out with us. Remember, this week Friday is not a show. It will be on Thursday, so we'll be doing our regular podcast on Thursday. So again, don't forget, we'll see you Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And that's it, man. We're going to wrap it up. With that, we're going to go ahead and end the show the way we end every single show. Doodle, we're done. Until next time, you're intruding.